at Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Trade deadline day is here, and the Dodgers, well, they didn't make the big move that we were looking for. They did not make that one, but they did pull off a trade today before the deadline, 1 o'clock p.m. right here in the Inland Empire. And Jeff, it's not a household name, but he is a pretty nice bat to the lineup. They added Brian Dozier, a second baseman from the Minnesota Twins. If you're a hardcore baseball fan, you know this guy. But if you're a casual fan, it's not going to really, make huge shockwaves out there. But it is a nice addition. They already have Manny Machado. They did not get that extra pitching. So I don't know. I kind of feel like they missed the target here on the trade deadline day. But the Dodgers did get Dozier, but I think they needed pitching in the end.
Yeah, Dozier he's going to be an everyday second baseman for the Dodgers. I mean, that's for sure. They did pick up a pitcher, but he's a reliever. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. I know the guy they did bring in, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, is good against, he's a right-hander. He's good against left-handed pitching. But the Dodgers, like you said, I think they stayed pat. The biggest question I have is they have a whole lot of outfielders, and a couple guys are going to be left out of the mix, Pep. I don't know what you do with that. I would have packaged two of those guys that won't play every day and packaged for a pitcher. They didn't do it this year.
Well, so in this trade for Brian Dozier with the Minnesota Twins, they did get rid of Logan Forsythe. So he's now out of the mix. If Dozier is your everyday second baseman, I think you have to play Max Muncy at first. And then when Justin Turner comes back, he's back at third. Manny Machado's at short. That's going to force Chris Taylor back out to center field. You've got Matt Kemp in right. You've got Kike Hernandez and Jock Peterson in left. If you just simply do the math like that, the two names that are not mentioned right now are Yasiel Puig and Cody Bellinger. Those are two pretty big names not to have a starting role right now.
Yeah, the only thing is maybe, and I thought about this coming in today, maybe Dave Roberts is looking at two different lineups. You have a left-handed hitting lineup and a right-handed hitting lineup, and I think you put Bellinger and Puig versus lefties, and then you go with Dozier and Bellinger, Hernandez, maybe with versus righties, and I think the only time you can play Puig and Bellinger now are against left-handers.
And that might be the case. You're going to have to, it's going to be situational from day to day, who's going to be on the mound that you're opposing. But the Dodgers, I mean, that's the luxury they do have, I guess. That's the good news, is they do have a lot of options. They have variety on that lineup. But there's going to be some really good players, not everyday players. Good players, but not on the field every day.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to look at, I'm going to throw this out to you, Pep, and you tell me if this is going against right-handed hitting. Maybe go with Peterson, Machado, Muncy, Dozier, Bellinger, Grandal, and Taylor, and Puig versus righties. And then Taylor, Machado, Kemp, Dozier, Bellinger, Hernandez, Grandal, and Puig versus lefties. And then you work in Justin Turner in the next couple weeks if he's better.
So if I'm with you there. If Justin Turner is still not healthy and you have Machado still at third, then you play Taylor at short,
yes,
and you put Bellinger in center field. Now, what happens if Justin Turner comes back and everyone's hitting pretty well? Is Justin Turner the odd man out? Could we really not have him in the starting lineup each day?
Yeah, the best hitter last year in baseball for percentage, an all-star, could be relegated to the bench. And then we go to that outfield, two guys are going to be left out. Every single day there's going to be two guys that are good bats are going to be left out.
The Dodgers are absolutely loaded. I wanted to see them add some pitching. They didn't, but still offensively, they are absolutely loaded. We're going to talk a lot more about the Dodgers, the Major League Baseball trade deadline. In fact, Steve Madrill, the skipper at King High School, is going to join us live at 4 o'clock because he was at Dodger Stadium last night hanging out with Austin Barnes. We're going to get his take on the Dodgers because nobody loves the Dodgers like the great Steve Madrill. And then coming up at 4:30, calling the Secret Service, the president's going to be in the house.
The president?
Brian Meadows from the Agua Caliente Clippers will be in the house. We'll talk a little G League basketball.
That is huge.
Huge. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. They can change your oil, put some new wiper blades on there, the mint, the flour. They're going to treat you right. They got great customer service, and it only takes about 5-10 minutes at the most, and you're back on your way for all those very important things you got to do out there in the Inland Empire. So check out Spoiled, quick quality oil change
off the 215 freeway, get off on Alessandro Boulevard. It's right there. You can't miss it. It's where everybody goes. Spoiled. Quick, quality
oil change. All right, so the trade deadline. The Dodgers got Brian Dozier. The Angels got rid of Ian Kinsler to the Red Sox. Ian Kinsler, man, he barely got here, Jeff. He really, you know what I mean? Like, he really didn't do anything. And before we even got to know him, before we even got a chance to get to know him, he's out of here. He's going to Boston now.
Yeah, came over from Detroit, correct? I mean, was a stud there.
Yeah, good hitter.
And was having a decent year. His average wasn't high. He was averaging 239. He had 13 home runs and 32 RBIs. But how much better are the Red Sox going to be with Ian Kinsler?
Yeah, ironically, I was trying to follow this trail that I think they were at Arizona State, and I think it was Dustin Pedroia of the Red Sox got the starting job from Ian Kinsler. So Ian Kinsler had to transfer. I think he went to Oklahoma State, I want to say.
Yes, he did. He was in Oklahoma State.
So ironically,
yes.
Now Pedroia is hurt in Boston, and Kinsler will be the second baseman, replacing him. So it's kind of come full circle years later with Pedroia and Ian Kinsler. But really, the Angels weren't moving and shaking on the trade deadline. So it's not like they were going all in to make the playoff push, but they weren't exactly selling away everything, like just giving up and waving the white flag. They were somewhere in the middle. Losing Ian Kinsler, Jeff, not the worst thing in the world if you're an Angels fan.
No, and it does open up some money for next year as well, which is great for the Angels. They didn't have to give up any minor league guys to where it hurt them. So not a bad trade. Like I said, not a buyer, not a seller. Just a trade across the board.
Maybe the biggest trade that went down today, and it did not involve the Dodgers, although they wanted this guy. The Dodgers were linked to this guy. Chris Archer, the ace for the Tampa Bay Rays, he has been traded to the Pittsburgh Pirates. So the Pirates, think about it, Jeff. Last offseason, Andrew McCutchen walked. Garrett Cole, remember their ace, who's now a stud with the Houston Astros. So you thought from the outside looking in, the Pittsburgh Pirates, we're waving the white flag like, hey, we're rebuild mode. We're not expecting to make the playoffs next year. We let our two biggest stars get away in McCutchen and Garrett Cole. But here they are. The Pirates are in the hunt for the playoffs, and they're adding another big-time pitcher, Chris Archer from the Rays.
Yeah, they're only 7 games out. They've won 7 of their last 10. They're 5 games over 500, and in a really, pretty good National League Central Division. But they do have a shot, only 7 games back, and in the hunt for the wild card as well. So, yeah, they're looking good considering everything they've lost, and they just added that arm to the 3 games out of the National League wild card.
And the biggest name that didn't go anywhere was Bryce Harper. And Jeff, this is a very bizarre thing.
Because there was movement last night.
There was.
In fact, I texted you real late last night and said, uh-oh, because I had thought maybe they were going to get rid of him, but not a lot of movement. There was talks last night. I thought maybe he was going to go to Cleveland. That was all the talk about 10:30 last night, but it looks like the deal fell through.
Well, let me give you a little bit of a timeline on Bryce Harper, because they were even saying the Dodgers were interested in bringing Bryce Harper to Los Angeles. So last night, like you said, it was being reported that the Nationals were dangling Bryce Harper out there on the trading block to see if someone would snatch him up. And then I woke up this morning and all the headlines said,
GM said, nope.
No. We're not trading Bryce Harper. Where'd you get all that? So I don't know. I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle. And there's even one reporter out there speculating that the general manager of the Nationals, who came out today and said, no, we're not trading him, that the GM had deals in place with teams to trade Bryce Harper, but it escalated to the ownership group, and the owners are the ones that put the kibosh on it. That the GM was ready to send Bryce Harper somewhere. I don't know if it was the Dodgers. We don't know what team they were dealing with, but they were ready to send Bryce Harper somewhere. And it sounds like it got all the way to the owners and like, no, we're not getting rid of Bryce Harper. He's the face.
Yeah, there was 2 teams that were reportedly involved. It was the Cleveland Indians and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Here was the sticking point from what I had read into it, is that they were going to let Bryce Harper go. They were going to get some players for him, but they weren't going to do a sign and trade. And if you let go of Bryce Harper and then you hope that he re-signs with you after you trade him, those hopes were dashed dramatically. There was no point in getting rid of him. Now they're going all in to try to re-sign him. But I'm telling you what are they going to have to offer to get Bryce Harper to stay in that uniform for the rest of his career?
Well, they're going to try, and it sounds like the Nationals still haven't written off this season. They still feel like they might be able to chase down Philadelphia or Atlanta. I think, they're 6 games out?
5.5 out.
5.5? Okay, so, they're still right there. We were just talking about the Pirates being in the hunt. The Nationals are in the hunt, too. It's just they've really tanked recently.
Yeah, and they're 5.5 out as well in the wild card. So a tough situation if you're the Nationals. They've had, obviously, there's a lot of rumblings that their locker room, they're having issues with their pitching staff. Guys aren't getting along. Their skipper is not really, sounds like he will be gone at the end of this year. So going from the Sports Illustrated naming them as world champs this year.
Yeah, the whole thing.
It sounds like it's collapsing right underneath them as we speak. The Nationals are really struggling right now.
Guess who's not struggling? That's the Dodgers, man. They are back. They're loaded up. They're ready for this playoff push as we continue our Inland Sports headlines. They were taking on the Brewers last night. Didn't go so well for them, but Manny Machado did put on a show for the home fans. His first game at the Ravine in a Dodgers uniform, wearing the home whites. Greg Hollett, let's fire up the highlight machine. It sounded like this last night as Manny Machado hit his first home run as a Dodger at Dodger Stadium. It came in the 9th inning. Here's Manny Wood 2.0.
Driven to deep center. Manny Machado. Gone. First Dodger Stadium home run and his first night here.
That's Manny Wood. It's back. You know, Manny Ramirez, when they brought him in many moons ago, he was that spark that got the team going. In fact, he was unbelievable during the final months of the season for the Dodgers. Manny Machado could be that guy again.
It is fun to see. You know, we've seen great athletes in Los Angeles, you know, over the last 50 years. And we can date back to Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, Sandy Koufax. Those guys, it's amazing to see when Los Angeles gets a superstar, how they embrace him so quickly. It's great to see LeBron James, Manny Machado, Mike Trout. Those guys are all here, and we're able to see those guys every single day. Fun to watch.
Fun to watch, and this guy's the real deal. So if you're going out to Dodger Stadium, Manny Machado, look for Manny Wood right out there in left field. A bunch of fans already have the Manny Machado number 8 jerseys. We saw other fans in the stands, like, spelling out Manny out there, so everyone's on board. The Dodgers have added Brian Dozier, if you're just joining us, a second baseman from the Twins. Pretty good hitter, so it's going to be a nice addition to that lineup. So the Dodgers are in good shape. They've got Milwaukee again tonight.
Yeah, the two of those guys right now, if you take both of them, they are the 4th highest home running tandem in baseball.
Dozier and Machado?
Yes.
Pretty good.
So, yeah, the Dodgers have added power to that depth.
And they already had a lot of power. You know what I mean? Like, they had like 6 guys already in double figures in home run. I mean, Kike Hernandez is having a career year.
Yeah.
Hitting the long ball. I mean, they've had a lot of guys show a lot of power.
Yeah, and the thing is, remember at the beginning there, the first month and a half, they were last. Dead last in home runs. And right now, they've hit 144 total home runs. Their opponents, the closest to them is 118. So they are really.
Who's second on that list? Does it say?
It doesn't say, but they are hitting the socks off the ball.
Yeah, they got a lot of power. Do they have enough pitching? That's going to be the big question here as we go through the month of August and into September. Again, Dodgers-Brewers tonight at the Ravine. Angels on the road at the Rays. That's going to be around 4 o'clock, so less than an hour. They'll have first pitch out there at Tampa Bay. We'll give you live updates of the Halos. To basketball as we continue our Inland Sports headlines. The Lakers have the new uniforms officially unveiled today, although we all got a sneak peek last week as those pictures were floating around social media. We'll talk about the Lakers uniforms later, Jeff, but again, like as we predicted, it's a harken back to Showtime, right? We're turning back the clock. It looks like kind of the Lakers of old. They're going to have a purple uniform, a white uniform, and that gold uniform.
Well, if you get rid of Lonzo Ball, it's like old Showtime, because I don't see him leading the break. Honestly, they're nice looking uniforms, but let's change those. Let's change that point guard. Let's bring in somebody that can. Rajon
Rondo.
They've got Rajon Rondo.
Rondo,
That
man.
is right. You are correct.
And one other NBA note, LeBron James. Remember, he spoke yesterday for the first time. We played some of that here on the show. He also talked about the other NBA teams that he considered, because he picked the Lakers, but he could have gone anywhere. Everyone wanted LeBron, even Sacramento. They had billboards all up around Sacktown. But he says he named them by name. He considered the Cavaliers, the 76ers, and the Rockets. The pros, the cons of all these different teams. He considered what would it be like to play with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid in Philly. He's thought about James Harden and Chris Paul in Houston. Thought about it all.
So it was almost like The Bachelorette, where they give a rose, and he explained why he didn't give a rose.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he had to be political. He also said he's not closing the door on the possibility of returning back to Cleveland. So LeBron James, the politician that he is, said all of the correct things. As we know, he's got great people around him. Didn't say anything crazy, but there was one crazy story in the NBA. If you heard about this, Tristan Thompson,
what?
The teammate of LeBron James in Cleveland, got into a scuffle in a nightclub during the ESPY Awards with Draymond Green.
He did?
Yes. In fact, Draymond Green reached out a hand to Tristan Thompson and said,
to shake his hand?
To shake his hand and say, "I'm sorry, brah," as it said in the brah. I am sorry for what I did to you in the playoffs. Remember they had that scuffle where they got in a kind of a squabble?
Yes.
Well, apparently, Tristan Thompson cold-cocked Draymond Green, punched him.
Listen, I got to be honest. I'd be more afraid of Draymond Green.
Yes.
Tristan Thompson better watch out. He's going to get knocked out.
Yeah. See, the thing is, apparently he did nothing. I heard this from our guy Kono this morning. He gave me the hot scoop. a hot scoop of something. A hot mess. But I will say this,
Was
Draymond
Chloe
Green.
there? Kardashian?
Yeah, no, but LeBron James was there, and so was Kevin Durant.
Wait, this was at a club after the ESPYs?
After the ESPYs.
Was that
Lila nightclub?
Where's that? Hollywood?
Somewhere in Hollywood. Hey, come on, man. I haven't been to a nightclub in 25 years, Cap. But I will say this. Draymond Green did not fight back. I guess let him take his shot. But remember, they're going to have to play several times, and Cleveland's going to be rotten. So to be punched in Cleveland as you're rotten, remember that, Tristan Thompson.
Oh,
and
yeah.
remember one other thing. You are cursed.
Draymond Green will dunk all over him. I guarantee that. I'm not afraid of Tristan Thompson at all. I'm afraid of Draymond Green.
And he has, he's with the Kardashian. He's cursed.
All right, the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, providing you with all of your sporting gear needs. And, of course, they can do Letterman's jackets. If you needed a uniform for the entire team, maybe you want matching shirts for your business, your organization, they can hook it all the way up. They do the embroidery, the screen printing right there in shop. And, of course, you can just swing by and get some cleats or a helmet, new hat. They can do it all. Kin Sporting Goods off the 15 freeway in Norco, Horsetown, USA. Go check them out online as well, kinsportinggoods.com. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we will travel around the NFL training camp circuit, give you all the latest news, including we're going to hear from Sua Cravens, the pride of Vista Marietta High School. He's one of us, straight from the Inland Empire, and now he's with the Denver Broncos after a season off. Jeff, remember, he didn't play last year in the NFL.
Do you know why?
He had very important things to do.
He's not.
We're going to talk with Sua Cravens when we come back. The one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
You gonna call me?
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Milk was a bad choice.
back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. I could use a little rain like now. I actually like it when it rains. Other than, it makes my car all nasty. But I actually like it when it rains. You don't like it? Kind of makes me feel like football season's here. It's too hot out there. It's hot. It's sunny. It doesn't remind me of football when it's kind of overcast. There's rain in the forecast. Football season's here. I tell my wife, football season is like a love-hate relationship. I love it and I hate it all at the same time. Very bizarre. But I know coaches out there, all you local high school football coaches, you know exactly what I mean. Because it's a lot of early mornings, late nights, spending weekends breaking down film, getting on huddle, previewing your next game, all that stuff. You love it, but you hate it all at the same time. It's very time-consuming. All right, we're going to talk more about football as we go to the NFL. Here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. The Inland Sports Show is proudly brought to you by our good friends at Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. In fact, I was just reading up on Boost on Instagram and Twitter. So inspirational. I feel like I could jump 10 feet in the air and lift 1,000 pounds. Makes me feel like I'm just Mr. Bionic over here.
But then you look at you.
Yeah, I see my reflection right here in this window, and I'm like, yeah, I really need to get over to Boost. But I was reading on Instagram and Twitter because they got a lot of great athletes over there, including Sierra Marshall, big-time softball star at Norco High School. They're doing great things. You can check it out for yourself. Go online. BoostTrainingSystems.com is the website. And, of course, they're on Instagram and Twitter. They can train athletes of all levels and all sports at Boost Performance Training. All right, let's take a tour around the NFL right now. And let's start with none other than a guy who starred at Vista Marietta High School. In fact, he's one of the best high school football players I have ever seen. I've seen a lot of high school football, but he's one of the greatest of all time. We're talking about Sua Cravens. He was a running back, a receiver, safety, linebacker, punt returner, kick returner. He did everything at Vista Marietta. Now he's back in the NFL. And I say back because he's with the Denver Broncos, but he had a year off. Something weird was going on with Sua with the Washington Redskins, Jeff.
Yeah, he was crazy. That's just simple fact. He was nuts. Took his time off. His teammates didn't know where he was. Nobody knew where he was. Wasn't Jay Gruden his coach?
Yeah, even Coach Gruden said in the offseason that he was a little unclear if Sua was going to come back to football. He said physically he could still play, but between the ears, mentally, did he want to play? Was he committed to playing? He didn't know. And then shortly after, he goes to the Denver Broncos.
And he said, as soon as he was traded, we saw him come out of nowhere. He was doing interviews. He was saying how much he wanted to play football. Did he have a head issues? I know he had a couple concussions that kind of put him out. He wasn't sure if he wanted to come back.
Yes, exactly. There were some things going on, and they were lingering so long, I think that's when people started to assume, well, maybe he just simply does not want to play. I don't say it's like Kawhi Leonard, but it's almost kind of in a weird, strange way. It's like, well, why was he away from the team in the game for so long? Does he want to play? Where does he want to play? Is he okay? Is he healthy? But Sua Cravens is in camp with the Denver Broncos. It looks like all systems go for this. He's a hybrid. I mean, he can play safety, strong enough to play linebacker. I'm not sure where the Denver Broncos are going to play him. Probably in the secondary, I would think, back at safety. But he's ready to go. And we got our first interview with Sua Cravens from Denver Broncos training camp. Sua saying, I'm like a kid in a candy store. Here he is, hoodie on, looking all suave. Former Vista Marietta Broncos, Sua Cravens. Fire up the highlight machine here on the Inland Sports Show. Here's Sua.
I'm like a kid in the candy store type. It's I know a lot of guys look at practice and be like, oh man, I got to practice today. For me, it's like I get to practice today. So that's what a year will do when you're at home watching the game. So I'm grateful to be out here.
You feel like you're more hungry now after?
Yeah, most definitely. I'll never take any of these moments for granted.
All right, that was Sua Cravens. So reflecting back on a year without football. It sounds like he wanted to play. I don't know if we'll ever get the full story, but, again, there was all that conversation about Sua Cravens. What's his health like? What's his mental health like? Does he want to play football? Is he fully committed? Because remember, there was even those reports last year that he was contemplating retirement. Remember? I mean, there was all kinds of stuff we were hearing.
Well, the Broncos did put out a statement and said that Sua was dealing with post-concussion syndrome as a member of the Redskins, and that's why they're saying he's.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, it's post-concussion syndrome. Remember, he recorded 34 tackles. He had 1 sack and an interception that rookie season with Washington before he had these concussion problems. He was a real stud.
He was, and he's still going to be. I mean, he's still young. What's his third year in the NFL?
Third year.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a young guy, so still a lot of football in front of him for Sua Cravens. Also at NFL training camp, this was one of my favorite moments. Juju Smith-Schuster. You guys see this? I'm not a Fortnite guy, but I get it. It's everywhere. You see baseball guys, I don't know. Let's say Manny Machado hits a double. He gets on second base. What does he do? Fortnite dance, right? A little celebration. Fortnite's everywhere. So Juju Smith-Schuster, formerly of USC, at Pittsburgh Steelers training camp, was meeting all the little guys, the little fans, you know what I mean, like the youth football players. And he's walking down this long row of kids. So what does he do the whole way down? Fortnite dancing.
What is Fortnite dancing?
Kids love it.
What is Fortnite dancing? Honestly, maybe I'm lost.
Well, you know the game, right? Fortnite.
No, I've heard of it, but
you don't know the game Fortnite.
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is, though. Is it like a gun game or a shooting game?
It's a shooting game.
Have you played it?
No, but I know it's everywhere. Yes, it's everywhere.
Oh,
I got girls, so it's not like we were playing Fortnite at home.
No, apparently I don't. But what's this dance that's going on?
So, in the game, are you looking it up? In the game,
they're like outside of a car dancing around.
You celebrate. It's a celebratory dance.
I never finished Mario, for God's sake. Man, I'm way behind.
So anyway, Juju Smith doing the Fortnite dance. So, of course, all the little kids are eating it up because they all love it. They all recognize the dances. It's everywhere.
I really need to get hip again.
Again?
Yeah. Oh, my darn it. They won't know. They're dummies, too. That's why. Holy cow. But, yeah, my son doesn't. He doesn't play Fortnite. I don't know what it is. But, yeah, you guys, I'm lost.
Just look at Fortnite dances. It's everywhere. Trust me. Big news out of Vikings camp. Stephon Diggs re-upping with Minnesota. How about this? 5 years, $81 million. And if Stephon Diggs rings the bell, he's the guy that scored that big game-winning touchdown against the New Orleans Saints. And our guy,
whoops!
Remember?
The tackle box. He missed the tackle. That's right. Stephon Diggs was the hero.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs was the hero. It turned into a huge payday for him. So now it's going to be Kirk Cousins and Stephon Diggs for a while in Minnesota, pairing up with that great Vikings defense. Minnesota's going to be legit. That NFC is going to be tough. I still like Green Bay. I still like our guy Kenny Clark up there with Aaron Rodgers. But Minnesota is going to be legit again. Now they've locked up Stephon Diggs to pair him up with Kirk Cousins in that passing game in Minnesota. So 5 years, $81 million.
I was going to talk to you. The Aaron Donald is yet to sign. Yeah. And there's a reason. I listened to a lot of TV and radio today. They're not going to give this kind of money to defensive players, defensive linemen, the money that all these guys want, the 15, 16, 17 million dollar guaranteed money, because they're saying the NFL is now so offensive oriented that you're playing against good quarterbacks that they're always going to dominate whether or not you have a good defense. So they say the owners are now going to push back on Aaron Donald, saying, hey, we have good quarterbacks. The Rams have a good quarterback. They're going to score regardless of how good our defense is. So they're trying to set the bar lower than what Aaron Donald wants.
That's very interesting. I never looked at it that angle because they're assuming, okay, guys, when we play the 49ers,
you're going to stop Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo's going to get his. It doesn't matter who's on the defensive line, right? Whether it's Aaron Donald or some guy we just pull up who's second string.
You could put the Hall of Fame defensive line there because they're saying now the NFL has changed so much. It is an offensive-oriented game. That's why we're seeing receivers that normally wouldn't get this crazy amounts of money. Cooks, how much money did he sign for? It was ridiculous.
Yeah, like $80 million.
$80 million. It is offensive-oriented, and the defensive guys are paying the price, and that's where the Rams are digging in right now.
Well, Ndamukong Suh has the 1-year deal. It's over $14 million.
Yes.
So you would think Aaron Donald would be in that neighborhood or even more.
You would think.
Right?
but he wants a long-term deal, and the Rams and the Raiders are not going to pay that kind of money.
Max in that boat,
yeah,
too.
Khalil Mack. So that's why they are putting their foot in the sand and drawing the line, saying, look, offense is what's generating this league, and we've seen it and seen it and seen it for the last 5 years. How much the running backs have changed. It is the receiver quarterback's game. Defense is going to have to pay the price.
That's an interesting angle on that all with Aaron Donald. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, they got a point.
Yep.
It's going to be supply and demand. How much is he actually worth? He might be setting the market for the rest of the D-line.
Yeah.
Although Ndamukong Suh, I mean, 1 year, $14 million, that's good money. Although Aaron Donald doesn't want a 1 year or 2 year. He wants a big long-term contract with a lot of money.
He wants to retire a Ram, and that's the kind of money he's going to have.
And one final note here, and this is not NFL training camp related, but it has to do with college football. And I'm just putting it in here real quick, Jeff, because I know you were excited about it. Jim Harbaugh doesn't eat chicken?
No!
Why does he not eat chicken?
Because they're nervous creatures.
Are they?
Yeah, well, remember, who's the quarterback that just transferred to UCLA from Michigan?
Marcus, is it Spates?
Spates. He said that he was not allowed to eat chicken playing for the University of Michigan, and that Coach Harbaugh does not as well.
That sounds like phooey. Like, that doesn't sound real.
Wasn't Jim Harbaugh the guy that got caught on Michigan eating his booger on the side of the
He's also a guy that eats.
Did he? But he won't eat chicken?
He also
eats like chicken.
There's also video out there of Coach Harbaugh eating a steak and drinking milk. That's a weird vibe. Anybody that drinks milk with eating a steak, I have a hard time. I'm like, oh, that's just gross.
That's all you eat, Jeff.
Yeah, I love milk.
That's all you do.
But if I'm gonna have a steak, I'm gonna have a Coca-Cola or a water or a beer.
Milk.
Water. During the day, they're allowed to have milk. That's why we always have 4 gallons, and I got boys, so they're all. But no, Smetty Smed makes them drink water for dinner.
Maybe it was almond milk. Maybe Jim Harbaugh was drinking almond milk and a big steak.
That's just gross to me. But yeah, he says that the chickens are nervous.
So if you consume a chicken, you're going to be nervous as well?
Yeah, he says that it's almost like a sickness. So yeah, Jim Harbaugh told that to the quarterback that transferred to UCLA, and it's all over the internet.
Yeah, you know what? The 2 things I would not listen to Jim Harbaugh about, because he knows a lot about football. One is, what I'm going to eat, and also his fashion sense.
Yeah,
he wears those khakis. He said he goes to Walmart and just buys a bunch of them, and he just wears them throughout the year.
He's a weirdo.
It's like the pleated ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
The pleated ones.
You can't go pleat. You got to go flat.
Yeah, he likes the pleat.
Yeah, I wore the pleats one time, and my principal wanted to send me home.
Yeah.
She says, go home.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
All right, we come back here. We will fulfill our pledge to the Inland Empire. We're talking high school football, the Sun Belt League, and the Inland Valley League when we come back on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here with Boost Training. We're here at the BPC and it's summertime. We have another Boost Training tip for you. This tip goes out to all the football players who spent the entire offseason getting strong, putting on weight, getting bigger. Now it's time to make that sports specific and turn it into power. So these next few tips are going to show you exactly how to do that. Let's check it out. Okay, so our first tip of the day is what's called a depth jump. This is a great drill to turn strength into power that you want to hit as you start getting closer to the season for an off-season football player. So what Cruz is going to do, he's going to take a quick step off the box. He's going to hit the ground as quickly as possible, get up, elevate, and he's going to land on the higher set of boxes here. All right, he's going to have his hips flexed, arms extended. He's going to hold that for a second. He's going to step back down. Here we go, Cruz. Let's hit it. Get up. Nice. Wants to hold that position for a second. Take a nice and easy step down. Depth jump. Great drill to maximize power. There you have it. Now we just showed you guys a depth jump. Now one of the things that you can do to progress that and really take it to the next level, either elevate the 18, all right, or we can elevate, all right? And remember, the goal here is to minimize ground contact and have a great counter movement, meaning when we hit the ground, we want to bring our arms through, all right? So just one of the things that you can do to make this more difficult and to maximize all those power gains. So that's our Boost Training tip of the day. Thanks for checking us out again. And make sure you stay up to date with everything that's Boost. Check our schedules, check our videos at our website at www.boosttrainingsystems.com. Check out our Twitter at Boost_training and our Instagram at Boost Training. Grind hard, stay solid.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
receive $500 back from Catalano Motors in Corona. Well, Pep, we made a pledge, and that pledge is
to not eat chicken.
Not eat chicken and to talk high school football every single day until the beginning of football season. And today we're going to talk about the newly formed Sun Belt and Inland Valley Super Conference.
Yeah, you know what? Because we've already done the Southwestern, we've done the Big Eight, we've done the Citrus Belt League, we did the River Valley League. We're making our way around the IE. So today we're going to kill two birds with one stone. We're going to do that Raincross Conference because we already did the Ivy League.
Yes.
With Heritage, Rancho Verde, Paloma Valley, and Valley View. So now we're going to do Sun Belt League and Inland Valley League for another, good 5 minutes here or so. So here's the Sun Belt League again. Arlington, Elsinore, Notre Dame, and Temescal Canyon. 4 teams in the Sun Belt League. Jeff, this is what I love about the Sun Belt as well as the Inland Valley, which we'll get to in just a second. It's wide open. At least in some leagues, it's almost like a foregone conclusion who you think's going to win league or who the top 2 teams are going to be. In the Sun Belt Inland Valley League, for both, it is wide open. If you tried to pin me down and said, Pep, we're not going to let you up until you pick one of these teams to win, I don't know who I would pick to win these leagues.
And the tough thing is, of those 4 teams, you have 2 new head coaches. You have a new head coach at Notre Dame and a new head coach at Arlington High School. Arlington was doing great under Coach Rich Lunsford, who ended up leaving to go for, I wouldn't say brighter pastures, but a bigger school in the Redlands East Valley.
Former state champion.
Yeah, but Arlington had some guys last year. They had a great running back. They've lost him. The questions are, will they be able to rebuild and be as good as they were last year? And Notre Dame, who was always dominant in their league, now moves over to the Sun Belt League. The Ambassador League is a lot different than the teams that they're going to be playing this season.
Yeah, get ready for a heavy dose of Roni ball out there at Arlington High School. Coach Huerta, the new guy at Notre Dame, got some Servite in his background. Don't sleep on Temescal Canyon. Don't sleep on Elsinore. They always hang tough in that old Sun Belt League, right, with the Heritages and the Paloma Valleys of the world. So they'll be tough, too.
Yeah, Elsinore's always good. They're a well-oiled machine. They don't always have the greatest athletes, but they always compete, and we've seen them beat teams in the last few years. They've given teams a great run.
And if you thought the Sun Belt League was juicy, you have no idea, because here comes the Inland Valley League at you, and it's just as competitive. Canyon Springs, JW North, Lakeside, Orange Vista, Paris, and Riverside Poly again, wide open. This is what I love. It's when you take this new Raincross Conference, it's kind of a snapshot of what the entire CIF Southern Section's doing. It's competitive equity. They're trying to lump you in with other teams basically on the same competitive level, right? That's what they're doing inside the Raincross Conference.
That's exactly what they're doing. And I'm going to say something. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the Inland Valley, top to bottom, if you go to school, and we're not just talking football, we're talking all major sports, this conference has the best athletes on campus across the board.
Some good ones.
You talk Paris. You can walk on Paris's campus. Their track team, their basketball team, and at times their football team has had great athletes. We've seen Coach DeWitt has changed the culture of Riverside Poly in his 3rd season, and I think Riverside Poly is going to make a dent in the Inland Valley here, and I think they have a legitimate shot to make the playoffs for the first time since their run at a CIF championship or CIF finals appearance.
Yeah, speaking of, the guy who coached Riverside Poly that year, Dennis Brown, is now at JW North. If you're going to pick like a must-watch game in this league, it's got to be Poly against North. It's a natural rivalry, but now you've got Dennis Brown, the former head coach at Riverside Poly, now the head coach at 3rd in Chicago. That one's juicy. Jeff, my dark horse here, though, Orange Vista,
yes.
Right? Orange Vista's got some dudes down there. Between Rancho Verde and Citrus Hill, they're pulling in kids at Orange Vista. We saw them last year against Rialto. You can see the writing on the wall. Orange Vista's going to get real good real fast.
Yeah, and the thing about Orange Vista is, and just like North, great athletes. Canyon Springs hasn't been very good as of late, but very good athletes always on campus. But Orange Vista had freshmen last year that were playing varsity football for the most part. And guess what? Those guys hadn't played organized football. We just saw the athleticism, the coaching that they're getting. I think Orange Vista in the next 3 to 4 years will be a top-tiered football team, just like we talk about Rancho Verde, Heritage, Centennial. I think we're going to say
Citrus Hill. That's all that same part of the world right there.
And I think they're going to be in that the same conversation as those teams. Orange Vista is going to be a juggernaut.
They got that same culture that Citrus Hill had because they got Coach Zomal
That's right.
at Orange Vista now. So they know how to win. They've got that pedigree. So they're not in this uncharted water of, we're building a new program from scratch. How do we win? No, Coach Zomal knows what it takes to win. They won a bunch of CIF titles over there at Citrus Hill. Now they're probably getting some kids from Citrus Hill and Rancho Verde.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of when you open a new school in an athletic-rich area. We see Moreno Valley, that Meade Valley area, Paris borderline. There's athletes there. Now they're going to take some of these athletes from Citrus Hill, from Rancho Verde, because it's centrally right between those two schools.
All right, we'll talk more high school football tomorrow. In fact, next week, Jeff, go ahead and mark it down. We're going to have our Inland Sports Show preseason football poll. We're going to rank the Great 8 and 4 more right here in the Inland Empire. Nobody knows high school football like us, so if there's one poll you got to look at, it's this one. We've seen more high school football than anybody.
Yeah, I was going to say our guy, Colin Cowherd, who's on our station today, said, and literally I'm going to almost quote him as saying that he said nobody in Southern California he's never heard a radio program talk about high school football. So I sent out a tweet to him, say, hey, we're on the same station, buddy.
We do it all the live long day.
We do it every single day, and we are the only radio show in the Inland Empire and the West Coast.
And you sent him proof. Football.
Yes.
Like a private investigator. You sent him pictures.
I did.
Said, look what's happening over here. We got teams in studio.
I gave him a collage, and then he better answer us.
I saw you cutting and pasting things.
Like,
was that what you were doing?
I was working
Scissors
hard.
And glue.
Weird. Yeah, I was decoupaging.
So, yes, we will talk more high school football in the Inland Empire tomorrow because guess what, Colin Cowherd? We do it every single day. That's our pledge to the Inland Empire because we love you guys so much. And next week, we'll have the Inland Sports Show preseason poll. When we come back, we'll talk a little Dodger baseball with one of our favorite guys on the show, the great Steve Madrill, the skipper at King High School. We'll be back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
He doesn't have a
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
IE, 1350 AM, live and amplified every single weekday from 3 to 6 p.m. Nobody else is doing this. And hey, Colin Cowherd, we talk high school football every single day.
Yes, we do. Better call in and talk it if you want. Hey, you say that nobody does it? Call us, man. Let's talk some high school football, dude. I don't know, that was my beach guy. That was Beach Jeff.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. You can spoil yourself in your car every 3 or 5,000 miles in my case. Get your oil change. In fact, you're overdue right now. So hop on into Spoiled. Quick quality oil change right there off the 215 freeway. Just get off on Alessandro Boulevard. You can't miss it. It's tucked in between 2 gas stations. I won't say which ones because they're not sponsors. I don't want to promote them. One's blue, one's yellow.
There we go.
But it's right there in the middle.
Welcome back to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla. Is Kono here?
Yeah,
there he is.
He's over there.
I'm simply Pep Fernandez. Hey, we're going to talk Dodger baseball with one of our favorite guys, Steve Madrill. He's the skipper of the King High School Wolves. He was at Dodger Stadium last night. He was on the field hanging out with Austin Barnes, the pride of Riverside Poly.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a hard time about that, too.
Why?
Oh, you'll see.
Oh, because he's not a Poly Bear?
Yeah. You don't ever, if you don't.
Yeah, but hashtag the Riv raised me. I mean, he's a Riverside guy.
I don't care. I don't talk to Poly guys.
All right, let's go to the spoiled, quick, quality oil change celebrity hotline. One of our favorite dudes is the original skipper. Hashtag the Riv raised him. It's Steve Madrill. Coach, how are you doing today?
Pep, how's it going, man? I'm just hanging in there, just hanging out in my son's little summer league practice, so I'm just hanging tight.
You're at practice right now?
For his son?
Yeah. Well, my son is playing. He's playing in this little youth academy. So a couple times a week we'll drive out to Orange County and get him some work in. So I'm just hanging out. So
it's like 130 degrees and the humidity's like 95. Big hair. How old's your son?
He's 7. He's about to be 8 here in the next couple months.
Oh, you take him off that field right now and give him a big cup of cold water, buddy.
Well, listen, Coach, you were hanging out at Dodger Stadium last night. Not only were you at the Ravine, you were on the field, and you were hanging out with Austin Barnes, the pride of Riverside Poly High School. How did this all come together?
You know what? Actually, Austin obviously played at Poly when I was at North, so we competed against him a bunch of times. Austin, when he was at ASU, would come back to North High School and practice because one of his former coaches, Hector Rabago, was coaching at North with us. So Austin would work out. I got to know him, pretty well. Kind of lost touch with him as he went through the minor league system, and I was up to the big league. But we also have a couple of friends that are mutual, and I hit him up one day and I said, "Hey man, what do you got on Austin? Maybe getting my kids onto the field. They love it. We're obviously a huge Dodger family, so Austin man hooked us up. So we went out there early yesterday. We got on the field, watched the Dodgers and the Brewers. All the Dodger guys took BP. We saw the Brewers take BP. Took a cool picture with Austin. And, yeah, man, my kids had a blast. It was really cool that Austin being a Riverside kid takes care of an old Riverside coach, and it was really neat.
Yeah, I'd imagine growing up in Riverside, the dream, and I know you're a big Dodger guy, Coach, but the dream would probably be to play for the Dodgers one day. I mean, Austin Barnes, really, he's living the dream, isn't he?
Yeah, heck yeah. I mean, if you grew up in SoCal, you're either one of the two. I mean, at least back when I was growing up, nobody was an Angels fan up until 2002. But everybody grew up wanting to be a Dodger fan. So for Austin to be living that dream is awesome. But I'm guessing that there's probably a handful of other teams, maybe about every single other one that he'd love to be playing for the big league also. As long as he's up there and doing what he loves and to make it some coin doing it, that's for sure.
Talking with Steve Madrill, the skipper at King High School. He was at the Dodgers game last night. Coach, I know you got little ones. Please tell me you stayed until the 9th inning to see Manny Machado go deep. Did you?
You know what? We left in the 8th. Usually we stay the whole entire game, but because my little one is 2 years old, and we had a long drive back to Riverside, and we got to the field like around 3 o'clock. Holy cow, we got there early. With that 25-minute delay when the lights went out, it was just too late, and we had to get the little guy home. So I missed Manny's home run. I was disappointed. But we're actually going back on Friday, so maybe I can catch another one.
He'll hit another home run for you, that Manny Machado. I know there's a lot of people excited about him. Coach Madrill, we saw that the Dodgers picked up Brian Dozier today as well from the Minnesota Twins. I was hoping the Dodgers would add some pitching, but what do you think of their acquisitions, including Manny Machado, here before the trade deadline?
I think it's great. I mean, the one thing I go back to, last season in the World Series, the Astros cut them up. I mean, the Dodgers couldn't hit, and if they're going to beat the Astros, they better be pretty offensive. So it looks like they added 2 big pieces. And then the one thing that the Astros did do the Dodgers is they raked. I mean, you got to be offensive. You also got to have, obviously, the pitching. They added John Expert here later on in the trade deadline today. But, it looks like as though they got some guys coming out the DL to help the bullpen. Hopefully the starting pitching holds up. But, I'm excited. Hopefully the Dodgers still got to make the playoffs. I think they're only half the game up on a Diamondback, so they got a lot of work to do. And obviously with August coming along, it's a long month, and they got to win some games.
I know they're a little banged up right now. Justin Turner is not in the lineup. He's got that groin injury. But, Coach, let's say for the sake of this conversation, the Dodgers are healthy. I'm curious what your ideal Dodgers lineup would look like, because every day we talk about the Dodgers lineup on this show. There's There's so many options. There's a lot of variety. Guys are very versatile. What does your Dodger lineup look like? Because I know you follow them every single game.
Man, I guess my personal one, and obviously I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I guess I'd have to go Dozier hitting leadoff, obviously playing second base. I'd probably have to go Justin Turner in the 2 spot when he's healthy, back playing third. I'd probably have to put Manny Machado playing shortstop at hitting third, and then fourth. Someone like Max Muncy playing first base. Matty Kemp in left playing hitting fifth. I'd probably go Yasmani Grandal catching. Then you get to the 7 hole, and you got to go someone like probably Yasiel Puig or Cody Bellinger. You can probably flip-flop them depending on if it's righty or a lefty. And then, Puig again or Bellinger hitting 8th, and then you got the 6th spot in the 9th. What's crazy is you got a guy like Chris Taylor, who's been the best hitter or one of the best hitters for the last 2 years, who seems to be kind of the odd man out in this thing. He seems like he goes to the bench or plays that super utility role, come in and play to give somebody a day off. So, the bench depth is really, really good right now on the offensive side and the defensive side. We'll see.
Yeah, that's the crazy part, Coach, because there's going to be a guy or 2 or 3 left out of the lineup every day. Like you mentioned, Chris Taylor. I know you're big Kike Hernandez guys. He's having a career year with hitting bombs at the plate. I mean, it's almost like it's unfair. They got so many great guys, and they're not all going to be in the lineup every single day.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, the good thing about those guys is that they're so versatile defensively. With Kike playing 4 or 5 positions, Chris Taylor 4 or 5 positions. They got some options there. With Kike being right-handed bat off the bench, they've got Chase Utley, a lefty, Jock Peterson, a lefty, Chris Taylor, a right-hander. They've got a lot of options on the bench. And then also, we're forgetting about Austin Barnes, who can come in and be our backup, play some defensive spots on the field, and then also be a right-hander off the bench. They're versatile, but it's crazy how many guys they got on the bench that could probably start for pretty much any other team in the majors. But, I guess that's good for us right now because, we've got to win some games here in August.
Now, Coach, do you know anything about John Axford, the guy they got from the Blue Jays? He's a middle reliever. Do you think he'll help at all with this pitching core?
I sure hope so. I know he was a closer for a long time. I want to say he closed with the Braves for a while, maybe even Milwaukee.
Yeah, he was with the Brewers. Yeah,
he's had some really, really good years out of the pen. I don't know. I guess it just adds more depth, which is crazy because it seems like they just keep funneling guys in from Oklahoma City to come in and get quality outs. But the one thing that seems weird is that people always kind of dog the Dodgers pitching, but if you look at their numbers aren't that bad at all. We just got to stay healthy. They got guys coming off the DL like Tony Sinrani and all these guys, and they got Julio Urias coming off the DL here the next month or so. Got some depth in the bullpen for the playoff run. So I don't know, but as far as John Axford goes, I really hope he's pretty good because we're going to need him.
Hey, Coach, so you and your family were on the field at Dodger Stadium last night. So as you're standing there, did you think back to your old JW North days and playing for a CIF title in that stadium? Did you have any old memories kind of jog through your brain?
Yeah, definitely. I always joke with my son Sammy is 7. He was born that year. And I told him, I was like, man, I haven't been on this field since the year you were born. And he was like, what are you talking about? He really had no clue. But yeah, so I hadn't been on the field since 2011. Even before that, I was on the field back in 2004 when I was assistant at Arlington. We won a Division I title there. So I've only had good memories on that field. So last night was definitely one of them to take our kids there. But man, I'm just dreaming of the day where I can get back on the field as a coach and hopefully dogpile one more time.
Well, Coach, you've been everywhere. You were at Arlington. You've been at North. You've been at King. When are you going to go to Ramona and Poly?
Man, I guess I'm a Riverside guy. I went to Arlington, and obviously my first coaching stop was at North, now King, and I just love Riverside, man. It's my hometown. I try and rep it whenever I can, and so it's cool. But I got a lot of love for those guys at Ramona and Poly, and it's all about the Riverside, whatever we can do to get our kids better and off into college and hopefully into the pro ranks.
Well, Coach, before we let you go, speaking of that, you're out of King High School. You're sending guys to a lot of different programs. We're excited about, the ones that stay locally here at Cal Baptist and also UC Riverside, of course. How are the King Wolves looking for next season? Are you excited about the new group you got coming in?
Yeah, you know what? I'm really excited, man. We actually graduated 12 seniors, so we're going to have a really, really young group, but we're also pretty talented. So I'm excited to get those guys on the field, give them some at-bats, and to compete in the Big 8, because the Big 8 is going to be really, really good again, man. Corona's loaded. They return a bunch of guys. Sonny Alves is always really good. So, but it's going to be kind of refreshing to get some new guys in there, some youngsters. Next year we're going to be okay, but I think in the next year or two, maybe three, the Wolves are going to be pretty good. So we just got to just stay the course and, and keep getting better every day.
Well, he loves his Dodgers, and he loves the King Wolves. It's the great Steve Madrill, the skipper, joining us live on the Inland Sports Show. Coach, it's always good to catch up with you, and let's do it again soon. We'll probably talk more Dodgers as we get to the postseason, because I got a good feeling they're going to be in the World Series again.
I'm in. Thanks, Steph. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, take care.
All right, see you later. Bye. The great Steve Madrill here on the Inland Sports Show, hanging out at the game last night.
I was going to say something. I was a little offended. He said that everybody was a Dodgers fan until 2002, and I wanted to say, whoa.
Everybody.
Know your role, Coach.
Wait, Jeff, were you an A? Seriously?
Oh,
seriously?
Frank Tanana, Don Baylor. I told you
Gary
Don Baylor.
DiSarcina.
Hey, Don Baylor was my all-time favorite player. Oh, I mean, I could go Nolan Ryan. I went and saw Nolan Ryan pitch. Rod Carew, Gary DiSarcina, Doug DeCinces, Wally Joyner, Troy Glaus, JT Snow, Jim Abbott. Yes. So how dare you? How dare you, Steve Madrill? You don't know. There's a lot of us.
We're all Dodger fans.
We're not Dodger fans.
All of us.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
He's nuts. Coach Madrill didn't even coach at Ramona, and he's over there talking. He's coached everywhere else. No, I like him, but yeah, he's wrong. I've always been an Angel fan.
Always.
Never a Dodger fan.
They're the good and the bad.
Yeah, I like the Dodgers, but they're my National League team, but I'm an American League guy. I like the DH.
Are you?
I don't want to see pitchers hit. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
That's just dumb.
Yeah, Mike Sosha. It's like one big family. It's like one big team.
Yeah, I met Soch. I met him and Steve Yeager at UCR at the UCR baseball camp when I was a kid.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
They
Steve
were
Yeager.
at the UCR baseball camp?
Well, it was a Dodgers camp put on by UCR.
Huh.
And it was Jerry Royce. See, I'm going to start. You don't even remember Jerry Royce, do you?
No, I'm not that old.
Okay, whatever. It was Tom Niedenfuhr, Jerry Royce, Charlie Huff.
I remember Charlie Huff.
Yeah, Charlie Huff threw a mean knuckleball.
Yeah.
And
he was the pitching coach, I think, for the 66ers for a little bit. Was it? I think Kono would know.
I played catch with Charlie Huff when I was a kid.
Charlie Huff?
I played catch with him when I was a kid, and he was throwing knuckleball, just playing knuckleball catch. Honest to goodness, it was the scariest thing I've ever faced. It was moving all over the place. But Steve Yeager and Mike Sosha showed us their hands because they had a little catcher's thing, and I played catcher and I was pitcher. And their fingers were all like crooked and bent, and I remember thinking as a kid,
they're a catcher.
Yeah, I said, I don't want to ever play catcher. Look at those fingers. No girl will ever like me because they had weird hands.
Can you get a wedding ring on?
No, the weird hands. But Steve Yeager was great. Steve Yeager taught me some things, and I went back in my Catholic Little League.
You're the biggest catcher I think I'd ever see.
I wasn't bad. I could
right? It's a big backstop.
I wasn't always this giant. How dare you guys? I was a little bitty guy until I was
the slowest throw down to second ever.
Hey, Kono, I was your size when I was 2. But I didn't grow until I was a freshman. I was only 5'9", but I could dunk at 5'9". Yeah.
No, you could.
Yes, I could.
At
yes,
5'9".
At 5'9", 5'10", I could dunk. Yes. Everybody told you I could jump. I can't move now, but I could jump. I could dunk. How dare you besmirch me?
Kono was nodding over there. Did you discover some
Charlie
truths?
Huff? Yeah, Charlie Huff was a pitching coach 2007 to 2010 for the 66ers.
66ers, yeah.
And I'm telling you, he was wonderful.
The Dino, man.
And then Jerry Royce was kind of a jerk.
Really?
Yeah, he was kind of a jerk. Tom Niedenfuhr, good guy. But yeah, Jerry Royce of all of them kind of was he was a little hoity-toity. He was like Rich Jeff.
Rich Jeff.
Yeah, he was kind of he was intolerable. That Jerry Royce. He was like Rich Jeff. Rich Jeff. Rich
He's
Jeff.
rich.
He's rich. He's taking a little break because there's nothing really that he hasn't been doing much lately.
Is he on vacation?
He's on vacation. It's too hot. It's too hot. It takes a lot out of him. Oh, the south of France, of course. Saint-Tropez. Oh, yeah, definitely. Monte Carlo, Cannes. Yeah, that's the only place Rich Jeff goes.
Ibiza.
Yeah, Ibiza. No, Ibiza. there's too many greasy people down there. And they're always naked. Everybody's naked. Yeah, too many peasants like Pep. Yeah, so honest to goodness, yeah, Rich Jeff is too hot and it's too humid for Rich Jeff. So Rich Jeff's just hanging out at home in his pool.
Best.
It is the best. But there is a shot that he might make a comeback in the next couple days.
A comeback?
Yeah, he might.
When we come back
on
this edition of the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, we're going to talk a little round ball. I know it's the offseason. We can only talk so much LeBron. We can only talk so much Kawhi Leonard. We're going to bring it back home. We're going to talk about the Agua Caliente Clippers.
Hot water!
Hot water, man. Right here on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here. We're back at the BPC. Wanted to share with you guys what we're doing today in the gym. Today is all about backward movement. So if you're a football player, lacrosse player, soccer, basketball, any sport that requires backward movement, this drill's for you. Come check it out. So what the athletes are doing here, they're doing a back lateral run. So what I'm looking for here is I want their head back, all right? They're gonna hit a lateral run, they're gonna hit a quick transition. So this is a 90-degree cut, so on all of our 90-degree cuts, it's a single foot cut. And what I'm looking for is just a nice and fluid lateral run with their head looking back. They're gonna dip that inside shoulder, make a nice, crisp and clean cut. They wanna stay on a tight rope, and they wanna accelerate out of it. So this drill here, it's very similar to the last drill that we just watched. Now we're hitting our lateral run and we're going at a 135-degree angle. So we're taking it up a notch, we're increasing that angle. So now we're still getting that single foot cut off the inside edge of our foot, and then we want to decelerate at the cone. So again, we want to make a nice and sharp transition. We want to dip that inside shoulder, we want to decelerate. So that's our boost training tip of the day. Thanks for checking us out again. And make sure you stay up to date with everything that's Boost. Check our schedules, check our videos at our website at www.boosttrainingsystems.com. Check out our Twitter at Boost_training and our Instagram at Boost Training. Grind hard, stay solid.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Your boy Drake, the big eyebrows.
Hey, this reminds me of the UCR basketball pregame used to be this song.
Oh, that's right. And now, UC Riverside Basketball.
Brought to you by Learfield. Yeah, that was funny. That's Drake?
It's Drake, right? I said it was Drake.
How do you know
the big
that?
eyebrow guy.
How do you know that?
Oh, I know.
Oh,
because he started from the bottom. What's the other big one?
How do you know such hip hop?
I got a really big team. That one, right? Yeah.
How do you know these things, Pep Fernandez?
Because I'm out there.
You are. You know what? You're very hip. You're more hip than I thought you were.
Pretty hip.
You're not.
Real hip hopish. The fact that it said real hip hopish, it's not.
Dropped it down.
The Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM is proudly brought to you by our good friends at Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire since 1976, providing you with all of your sporting gear needs. And of course they can do Letterman's jackets. They can do it for your entire team, your business, your company. Embroidery, screen printing, they can hook it all the way up.
They've been around since the bicentennial, my friend.
They are a staple of the IE. So many big names in sports in the Inland Empire walk through those doors.
Every name.
It's going to be a museum one day.
Yes, I will be part of that museum. I will be a relic. You can stuff my body someday. I will let somebody taxidermy my body and put it in Ken Sporting Goods. I'll write it in my will just for you, Pep. I'll leave you $10 and I'll leave you enough money to taxidermy my body and put me in Ken Sporting Goods.
I got a feeling Jason over at Ken Sporting Goods, the son's going to decline that.
I don't think he will because I'm a legend. I am a legend. Just make sure that my eyeballs, the marbles you put into my eyes, match my beautiful
your baby blues.
Yes, that's all I want. That's all I ask for. But yes, I want to always be a part of Ken Sporting Goods.
KenSportingGoods.com is the website. Go check it out for yourself. All right, Jeff, we love the round ball. In fact, we got El Presidente in the house. We called him the Secret Service. Thank you for the presidential music, Greg Holla.
This is very huge.
It's very huge. We got Brian Meadows, the president of the Agua Caliente Clippers, in the house on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Brian, it's great to see you. Thanks for making time for us to come on down. You can't hear it, but we got the presidential music playing.
I hear it.
Yeah.
You came in, you're wearing a sport coat. He's no tie. He looks very presidential. He's got a great, perfectly coiffed beard. Good-looking guy here and president of the Hot Water Clippers.
Appreciate it. You guys want to come on and chat some basketball with y'all.
We're excited about basketball 365 days of the year. We've talked enough about Kawhi and LeBron and those guys, but we're talking Clipper basketball here on the Inland Sports Show. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is a direct team owned by the Clippers, right?
Correct.
Because I've covered the old D-League, now the G-League.
Yep, absolutely.
And now a lot of them have that direct affiliation, right, between their G-League franchise and the NBA franchise. So how exactly does that work, Brian?
Yeah, for you guys and the listeners, I mean, there's 30 NBA teams, obviously, and there's 27 G-League teams. So 24 of the 27 are owned by their NBA affiliates. So we are directly to the LA Clippers. I don't know if you guys know about two-way contracts, but two of our players at all times will have a contract amongst us and LA. So they're able to go up and down, which is pretty exciting. So, it's big time. I mean, it's more or less the equivalent of AAA baseball. I know you guys were talking a little bit of the Dodgers when I was coming in. I mean, it's like that for Oklahoma City, except we actually have two guys who can be called up at any point, jump right on.
We saw Tyrone Wallace, right?
Yep,
from
Ty
last
Wallace.
season.
Yep, C.J. Williams was a big one for us as well. I mean, he had a game-winning shot in L.A., so we got some really great stuff.
Didn't he just sign with somebody else? I think that his name just popped up.
Yeah, it did. We'll see what happens with him. The Clippers made some moves to the big club, and they had like 18 guys under contract. A lot of competition up there to see who's going to make the team.
How does the G League stack their rosters? Is there a G League camp? Is there a G League draft? I don't know if things operate differently than they.
Yeah, I think,
since I covered.
Right, absolutely. D-League. So, I mean, and again, the old D-League is now the G League. Gatorade's the league title sponsor from the analytics of what they do with the players and hydration and sleep patterns and all that fun stuff. But, yeah, I mean, it is really just like the NBA. I mean, we have our own draft that's in late October after the NBA rosters are finalized. There's trades, there's cuts, there's free agents. The bigger parts, though, are those two-way players. So, the Clippers signed Angel Delgado. He was from Seton Hall, 7-foot center. He got put on a two-way contract right after the draft since he didn't go in the first two rounds. And then just last week, I don't know if you guys saw, Clippers did a trade with the Mavericks with Jonathan Motley with Baylor. Yeah, University of Baylor. So he'll be our second two-way player, a big wing, power forward type player. So we're excited to have him, get both those guys out here pretty soon.
Yeah, and you guys, just looking over the roster the last couple of years, you've had a lot of local guys. You've had some big-name players from Duke. A couple local guys, since we are also on Fox Sports 1360, the home of San Diego State. You've had Dakari Allen, and then J.J. O'Brien, who's also an Inland Empire guy. Yep. So you've had some Inland Empire roots, some San Diego roots, and some big names, guys that came out of North Carolina, Duke. So this team that you guys are putting together, will those guys be on the roster for next year, or will it be a different roster every season?
There is definitely some turnover. Can't officially say anything. I think there's a chance we'll get some of those guys you mentioned back. But the two-way ones, the ones we know for sure. And we have rights to overseas players. The draft's a big thing, too. I don't know how into this you guys want to get, but there's the Exhibit 10.
We're pretty nerdy.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
we are.
All right, perfect. So you have the two-way guys, and that's big for us. I mean, those are the top guys we're going to market and promote, that go up and down. But then we also there's Exhibit 10, and there's 4 players that they get invited to the L.A. Clippers camp. And then if they don't make it with L.A., they can be assigned to us. They don't have to come, but there's a financial incentive for them to stay with us. So there's really 6 guys at a time that can be within the system. And it's obviously huge, and I think you guys have heard Doc talk about it the last year, how big the G League was with the injuries they had with the big clubs. We had 7 of our guys this last year make it to the NBA. 7 in 1 year is a great number. We had 83 games played in the NBA. The next highest was 65. League average was 43.
So of all the G League teams, you guys had the most?
We're number one. Absolutely,
wow.
number one. I mean, we are almost double the league average. So it's great to see. I mean, I think people out here, we got a very late start, latest start in the G League from a business standpoint. Hopefully everyone's aware of us now. But you get to come in and see like that high a level of basketball. To have 7 guys make the NBA is a huge number.
Yeah, I mean, you had Bryce Johnson last year.
Yep,
Bryce Johnson was a legendary All-American out of North Carolina. I mean, there is great basketball here in the Inland Empire, and it's nice to see you guys playing in a great arena, the Citizens Bank Arena. Has the Inland Empire really embraced you guys?
Yeah, I think so. I wasn't here from when the team originally started, but I've been here about 6 months now, and it's been great. I mean, we had tremendous support, especially the second half of our year, playing November through March. Once the word got out about us, I definitely think there was a huge improvement. We're doing a lot more in the community, as I think you guys have seen. If anyone's not following us on social media at AC Clippers, we're doing as much as we can. As a staff, we're out pretty much twice a week, every week. I give a lot of credit to my staff for taking that upon themselves. But we're trying to do more. Obviously, whatever we can here in the community. And I kind of tie that in. You guys mentioned what are we doing with players. We actually, and this is kind of one of the cool things about the G League, you're actually, I don't want to get too nerdy here, but we're actually allowed to do local player tryouts. So we're actually going to be hosting a tryout in September, Saturday the 8th, in Rancho. So if you guys want to come out, try and throw it around. I mean, there's some good competition, so be careful.
Hey, I played Division I basketball. I played overseas. I'm 47, a little overweight. I was a shooting guard. I am now a power forward, but I'll give it my best. But you had a guy last year on your team, a guy I babysat as a kid, Theron Laudermilk. He's a local guy. He played at Cal State San Bernardino, played at Vista del Lago. I used to babysit that little guy, and I saw his name on your roster.
Yeah, so he was one of the local tryouts we got, actually. There is some qualifications for what we can do with that. But yeah, it's actually like we'll be able to get some guys from that, hopefully, or even at the very least practice squad guys that can get in there and bang around.
That's pretty neat. So if you're a basketball guy, there's guys out there that slip through the cracks all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe you still want that shot, holding on to that hope. Maybe it's a guy who just goes to a tryout, gets noticed, and who knows? I mean, that's the beauty of it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's really exciting.
I mean, you had I'm going to just go. I'm looking through your roster, and I was shocked. I mean, there's a guy, you had Taylor King on your roster last year. Taylor King, if those that know basketball, was the state player of the year. He was a first-team All-American, played at Mater Dei High School, went to Duke, ended up transferring, went to Villanova, bounced around, but a legend locally in Southern California, I should say. He was part of your roster last year.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of local talent that, can come out to this and maybe have a shot. So, we're proud of what we can do with the tryouts. We have a new head coach. I want to make sure we hit that at some point. But it's fun. I mean, it's such a high level of basketball. As you said, you played overseas. There's a lot of guys in the G League investing in the players. The minimum salary for the league just got raised. Two-way players are pretty well off.
Yeah.
But there's more players that were going overseas that are now coming back to play in the G League. We're the second best basketball league in the world, behind the NBA, obviously. rec feeder. I mean, it's better than overseas ball at this point.
I know that's kind of a tough decision sometimes. Jeff and I have talked about this before. I remember guys like a Jerry McNamara, who was a star at Syracuse. He was making a couple $100,000 in Greece, but he had that dilemma. Do I come and play in the G League, formerly the D League, and try to get closer to the NBA, or do I go, chase money a little bit around the globe?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the G League's doing a really good job too of helping attract with also, covering housing and food and stuff when the players are in the market. But then mid-season, there's a big showcase. So everyone goes there, 2 games a team, and the NBA sends out scouts, personnel. And there's a lot being done there that you're going to get seen for sure by NBA personnel that you might not if you go overseas. And then let's also talk about, these guys are, they're people as well, right? So, staying in the States, having American food, being able to speak your own language. There's an attraction for that as well.
Okay, let's get nerdy again, too. So we got the two-way players, right? That go up and down from the Clippers to the Agua Caliente Clippers. Is everyone else on the team fair game? Let's say the Cavaliers want to swoop in and offer a 10-day contract to one of your guys.
Absolutely.
If they're not one of the two-way guys, everyone else is fair game?
Yeah, pretty much. They're not protected. We had the 7 guys make the NBA, 5 with the Clippers. But 2 guys, we had Marshall Plumlee.
We saw that name,
Yeah, so he got picked up by the Bucks. Tim Quarterman got on a 10-day with the Rockets. So, yeah, that's absolutely something. That's a tough part of it for the big club. And I think it's, it's something once the league gets to that 30 for 30, that 1-to-1 model.
Yes.
I think it's going to be something that I would expect to expand at that point.
Because there's only a handful of teams that don't have that direct affiliation, right?
Portland, Denver, and New Orleans are the only 3 that don't. They're associated. They split with another organization, but they don't have their own that they own. So those are the 3.
Now, overseas player or overseas organizations, are they allowed to come in to the G League and kind of recruit guys to maybe play overseas as well?
Yeah, that part gets tricky, and we have rights to foreign players as well. That's part of the draft, and there's trades and everything, as I mentioned. I don't know if you guys knew, but our general manager, Steve Brown.
I got his Reebok pumps. We were talking about it. I still got them.
Great, good. Oh, yeah. So, the dab dunk and, the no look. So he's out and he's around, and he's always moving back and forth. But, yeah, that is something. Before the Greek Freak's younger brother got drafted this last year, we actually had his rights. So I don't think a lot of people knew that. So, it's pretty interesting.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have more with Brian Meadows. He's the president of the Agua Caliente Clippers. We're going to talk about how involved they are in the community. Talk about his Cal League background. We love Cal League baseball as well.
Yeah, and they're going to have a new coach. I believe you guys are going to name it Thursday.
Or you can do it right now.
Yeah, right now on the Inland Sports Show.
Stay tuned.
And then we also want to give you a quiz. We like to have fun on this show. We don't take ourselves too seriously.
I do.
We got a quiz for the president over here as well. You don't have the list in front of him, right, Jeff?
No, I'm hiding it. Okay,
excellent. We'll come back more with Brian Meadows on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Help! I've been deported! I'm in Tijuana!
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here with Boost Training. We're here at the BPC and it's summertime. We have another Boost Training tip for you. This tip goes out to all the football players. You spent the entire offseason getting strong, putting on weight, getting bigger. Now it's time to make that sports specific and turn it into power. So these next few tips are going to show you exactly how to do that. Let's check it out. Okay, so our first tip of the day is what's called a depth jump. This is a great drill to turn strength into power that you want to hit as you start getting closer to the season for an off-season football player. So what Cruz is going to do, he's going to take a quick step off the box. He's going to hit the ground as quickly as possible, get up, elevate, and he's going to land on the higher set of boxes here. All right, he's going to have his hips flexed, arms extended. He's going to hold that for a second. He's going to step back down. Here we go, Cruz. Let's hit it. Get up. Nice. Wants to hold that position for a second. Take a nice and easy step down. Depth jump. Great drill to maximize power. There you have it. Now, we just showed you guys a depth jump. Now, one of the things that you can do to progress that and really take it to the next level, you can either elevate the 18-inch box here, all right, or we can elevate the landing box, all right? And remember, the goal here is to minimize ground contact and have a great counter movement, meaning when we hit the ground, we want to bring our arms through, all right? So just one of the things that you can do to make this more difficult and to maximize all those power gains. So that's our boost training tip of the day. Thanks for checking us out again. And make sure you stay up to date with everything that's Boost. Check our schedules, check our videos at our website at www.boosttrainingsystems.com. Check out our Twitter at boost_training and our Instagram at boosttraining. Grind hard, stay solid.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil.
Welcome back to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. On Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're proudly brought to you by our good friends at Catalano Motors in Corona, off of Temescal Canyon Road. You can buy, you can trade, you can finance. Best of all, when you mention the Inland Sports Show, you get $500 off. But only at Catalano Motors. CatalanoCars.com is the website. Check it out for yourself. That's $500 extra back in your pocket that you can do whatever you want with. but only if you go to Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. Jeff, with an extra $500, I'd buy a nice plaque for my Mamadou Njai G League jersey that I have at home. I'd hang it up in this office. I'd be proud of it. We could display it for the president here, Brian Meadows. It would be wonderful.
Hey, I just got friended by him on
No, you
yes,
didn't.
I can
Did you
show
really?
you. Yes, no joke. I was like, Mamadou Njai? What is he doing on here? He friended me. I'm friends with that guy all of a sudden. But yeah, no joke. You know what?
I have his jersey.
Yeah, you know what I would do with the $500? Like I said,
what would you do?
1,000 tacos at what's that? Jack in the Box. 1,000.
A lot of tacos.
Pay it forward. I'd stand on a corner and just throw them at people.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, live and amplified every day from 3 to 6 p.m. We got Brian Meadows. He is the president of the Agua Caliente Clippers. Brian, it's so awesome to have you in studio. I know we're in the off season, but you guys are very involved in the community. The off season is kind of your time to, get the name out, get the brand out, let people, kind of get it, familiar, network with people, right? So you guys do a lunch and learn. I follow you guys on social media. What do you guys do in this offseason to kind of connect with these people in the IE?
Yeah, well, I'll hit on those lunch and learns. That is something we do weekly, actually, and that can be for businesses, different organizations. But we invite them in, come out, have lunch on us. We actually had one today that was group focused. Chick-fil-A, you can't beat Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
Right? Am I allowed to say that?
No.
All right, making sure. But anyways, yeah, so Chick-fil-A, learn about our team, learn about the league, different ticket packages. So we're doing that weekly. So, I mean, if anyone is interested in coming in, they can just give us a call at our office. Good to give that number out real quick.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to come in, 909-406-9090. But yeah, come on in and just learn about the team and have lunch with us, see our business office. But we're doing a lot in the community too. We go to Ontario Town Center Square for their summer concert series every Wednesday. So
Do you sing out there, or what do you?
No.
For the summer concert.
I wish, right? I wish if we had some of that talent, that'd be great. But no, we have a booth out there, and we're giving out different swag and hats and just having fun, just trying to do as much as we can to make sure everyone knows about us because we had such a late start last year. So we have that come up. We have a big event later this month. We're going to have our first ever block party at our offices. We're right across from Ontario Convention Center. We're going to have hoops out there. We're going to be playing different games. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have food. So if people want to come out, that's Saturday, August 25th at our offices. And on our website, aguacalienteclippers.com, but right across from Ontario Convention Center.
Now, does Ralph Lawler ever make his appearance over at the
Because we're always yelling,
Bingo! Does Ralph Lawler ever make his way over to your office? That's the big question.
I have not met Ralph at the office.
Tweet him right now.
Yeah, we're going to get him out there.
Meet the president.
You're darn right.
We can arrange that.
You got Bruce Bowen as another Laker guy, or another Clipper on-air guy. I'd love to meet that guy. He could guard anybody.
Right.
Yeah, he was good.
Great.
Cal State Fullerton guy.
San Antonio Spurs,
Yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
made his hay. We got Brian Meadows in the house, so obviously very involved with the community, getting that brand out there. A season in the books. Beautiful arena, right? I mean, you couldn't
Very
beat that,
fortunate.
right?
Yeah, very fortunate arena. So Citizens Business Bank, I mean, it's pretty, right?
Yeah, beautiful. We out there a bunch for the rain and the fury, and there's lots of cool things out there. Concerts, all kinds of good stuff out there at Citizens Business Bank. You got a background in baseball, though.
I do.
Right?
I do, yes.
Deep background in baseball.
Yeah, played baseball growing up through college. You guys talking about the Quakes and the rain, 66ers, excuse me, but I was with Stockton Ports for a little while, so I run that team for the last 5 years.
What years? Okay, so you were there from 2011-ish?
Yep.
I would say like that.
Originally, yep.
Were you there before that in a different capacity, or was that
No,
when you first got
2011
there?
is when I first started up with sports.
Now, what brought you into the basketball game? Were you basketball in your background as well, or is it just baseball?
He's just a smart guy.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's go with that one. No, I mean, obviously, just a huge sports fan, but I think if you look at our industry, a new team and a new market for this sport, I mean, very encouraging. And I was familiar with the market with being able to support 2 minor league baseball teams. The Rainer, a great hockey team from a business standpoint. So knowing it can support the team and how big the Inland Empire is, how passionate the fans are here, I mean, who wouldn't want to take that kind of opportunity? Why would you pass up an opportunity to come fit your name on a brand new team and more or less a new market for basketball? And we get tremendous support from LA and the Clippers and involvement from them. So it's really encouraging.
Yeah, the G League is expanding. They're constantly adding new teams, right?
Yeah.
New franchises.
Yeah, we talked about that this morning with the people we had in for the lunch and learn. I mean, from 2001 when it had 8 teams to now having 27. I mean, the growth in the last 2 years, adding 5 more teams. So again, we'll have those three markets we talked about. They'll have their own G League team here in the next few years.
Now, how many games does the G League play each year? Is it comparable to the NBA where they're playing 80-plus games?
Not quite that. Similar to like minor league baseball, it's a little shorter. We have 50 games, 24 at home, 24 on the road, and then there's the showcase I talked about a little bit earlier where there's 2 games where everybody gets in front of the NBA personnel. But, yeah, we're November through March at the Citizens Business Bank Arena. I can share, our opening night is going to be Sunday, November 4th. So we'll have our full schedule released to the public here in about 3 weeks. But that November 4th date, everyone put in their calendar, and we expect to see you two guys out here with us.
We will be there.
With our Clippers jerseys on, right?
Yeah, my son is the biggest Clipper fanatic. So definitely.
You want to tell me the Mitch Kupchak story real quick?
Oh, yeah, my son. We were at a UCR game, UC Riverside game. They were playing UC Santa Barbara, and Mitch Kupchak was sitting up in the bleachers.
His son played for the Gauchos.
Yeah, and so my son's like, hey, I think that's Mitch Kupchak. But the thing is, I said, go up and say hi to him. Give him, I gave him a pad and a pen. I said, go up and say hi to old Mitch. So he goes up and says, hey, my son was like 10 at the time, and he goes, Mr. Kupchak, can I have an autograph? And he looked at him. He looked at his shirt, and he said, no, young man. And he was like, and I was watching. I go, oh, my son is heartbroken. He's heartbroken. But apparently, you don't go up and ask Mitch Kupchak for an autograph wearing a Clippers jersey. So as my son walked away dejected, he called him back and signed it, and he wrote Lakers. He wrote to Connor, Lakers fan always. And then as we were leaving the gym, he said, I expect next time I see you to have a Lakers jersey on. He was like, nope, sorry. So, yeah. So my son, who's 12, is a diehard Clipper fan.
We love hearing that.
Yes.
We need more of that now.
So, yeah, great story. and really, we couldn't be happier to have you guys in the Inland Empire. And there is something we need to talk about. Thursday, you have a big announcement coming.
We do. So Thursday, we're actually going to be announcing our new head coach. So our previous head coach, Casey Hill, actually got promoted to the LA staff with Doc. So he's going to be on the bench, which is super exciting for him. He's been in the G League. You probably know about this stuff for a while. So we're really excited. So Thursday from 5 to 8. And this is actually going to open to the public. So anybody that wants to come out, come to our business office. Again, right across from Ontario Convention Center. 5 to 8. We're going to have a press conference at 5:30 to introduce him. Then he'll be available for autographs, pictures. We'll have some
live interviews on the Inland Sports Show.
Yes. I hope you guys, let's set that up. So we'll have some food out as well. So if people want to come out, we'd encourage them to come in and meet him. Great guy. We're really excited to have him on the staff and leading us, not only on the court, but in the community.
No, that's really cool because not only do the players get the chance to make it to the NBA, coaches are doing this as well, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's proof in the pudding right here.
It is. And, Casey's been in the league for, I think, the last 5 years as the head coach with Santa Cruz Warrior, won a G League championship, which is exciting. Our associate head coach, you guys probably remember, Natalie Nakase, All-American from UCLA. She got called up, and she's going to be a player development coach for the LA Clippers. So it is more than just the players. I mean, it's training staff. It's the referees all come through the G League now. Even front office. One of our guys got hired by the LA Clippers. So there's a lot going there that everyone's trying to promote from within and work their careers up.
Can you stay another segment?
Yeah, of course.
We want to have some fun.
Yes,
we don't
do.
take ourselves too seriously.
No.
We like to laugh. We like to mess with each other. Here's a sample of what we're going to do next with the president. We're going to give you a team name, and you tell us, is this one of the – because I know you're a historian of the G League.
Something like that.
Please don't Google these. Don't Google search these. We're going to give you the team name, and you tell us, was this one of the founding fathers, one of the original 8 teams of the NBDL? I'm gonna toss one out to you. This one is a real one. The Roanoke Dazzle. That was a real team.
Wouldn't have gotten that one.
Yeah, see, that's a tough one. So we're gonna have a little fun with the president, Brian Meadows, when we come back on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Wait, you changed your name to McLovin?
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. You can spoil yourself and your car. Go get your oil changed at Spoiled. Listen, in fact, you're probably overdue right now. Look in the corner of your windshield. It's time to get your oil changed.
I need it.
Both my cars are good. You know what? It's such a good feeling when you know that your cars at home have the oil changed. You don't have to worry about it for a couple months. I go to Spoiled. They get me in and out in about 5-10 minutes. Everybody, not just special privileges for us on the Inland Sports Show. It's everyone out there in the IE because they love the Inland Empire and they want to give you. And they give you a flower if you're a lady. Everybody gets mints.
Whoa. I've had a flower. I'm not a lady. They give me a flower every single time.
They never give me a flower, Jeff.
I am much cuter than you, Pep. And I'm nicer. We all know that.
Yeah, why am I the jerk on the show? I still don't get that.
I'm telling you, you are the jerk of the show. I am the kind human being that everybody wants to come over and say, you know what, you're a nice guy.
You're irresistible.
I am irresistible.
Spoiled, right there off the 215 freeway, get off on Alessandro Boulevard. We got the president in the house. We're on our best behavior. In fact, I even get myself a haircut this morning. I cut my own hair, Brian Meadows.
Good luck.
A Flowbee.
Yeah.
that Flowbee works fantastic.
Yeah, I was looking in the camera. I can see the back on the camera. I think I did pretty well. I didn't miss any parts. So if you need a haircut, you can come on down to the studio. I would love to help you out.
Hard pass. I'm sorry.
The president has much better hair than both you and I.
He sure does.
By far.
All right, things are getting a little hairy right now.
Okay.
Because we love to have fun. We love to play games. So the G League was born in 2001, and they called it the NBDL, the NBA, or the National Basketball Development League. And they were in some random cities down in the South with some random names. We want to get to the bottom of this because already I can tell Mr. Meadows over here is a historian of the G League.
Of course.
You did not let me get on Google before this, so I am worried.
No Google searches. Okay, so we want to throw out some team names. And Brian Meadows, the president of the Agua Caliente Clippers of Ontario, is going to tell us, was this a real, live, breathing NBDL team? Or did we just make it up?
Or is it just fake news?
Fake news. All right, so here's the first one. The Birmingham Slam. Is that a real team, Brian Meadows?
I feel like that's too close to the Bakersfield Jam, so I'm going to say fake.
It's fake news. That's not a real one.
Good call there, Brian. All right, you are 1 for 1.
He got it. How about this one? The Greenville Groove.
That's like a baseball name. I think I'm going to say that one's fake as well. The odds going to be against me now?
You know what? You're doing pretty well, but that one's wrong. The Greenville Groove was a real, live, breathing team back in the day in 2001. Jeff, you want to take another one?
Yes. Okay, here we go. The Jacksonville Junkyard Dogs. Real or fake?
There's no phone a friend.
Yeah.
There's no lifeline. You're all
nothing.
You're on an island right now.
Jeff turned his computer away when we started.
He did. He turned the screen. He sure did.
Really pushed me here.
Yeah.
Darn you, Jeff.
Let's go with yes on that one.
No. It is fake news.
False.
You've done some great merchandise there. That's all I was thinking. You've done some great stuff.
You're like a true president over here.
Yes. Take it away.
They are the Junkyard Dogs. I can hear them right now.
Take it away, Pep.
Here's another one. It's one of my favorite. The Mobile Revelers. Is that a real NBDL team born in 2001, or is that just fake? Did Jeff just stay up late, hunkered down in his bedroom, locked the door, and he didn't come out until he made
just put it this way.
names?
I was really drunk when I made these names up.
How are you? That makes sense now. I don't know. I feel like that one should be fake as well. But.
The Mobile Revelers is real. That's a real team.
Not doing well on this one.
How about this? Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, ready? The Columbus River Dragons.
All right, that's got to be fake.
No, somebody thought that up. That's real.
That's real.
A real team.
Wow. My staff is all
They're
over
like,
me.
man, I thought he knew the
You're
G
1 for 4 right now. You're shooting 25% from the line.
The humble beginnings of the G.
Yes.
It was the cradle of life.
Boy, you know what? You're shooting Lonzo Ball numbers right now. You were just 25% from the line there.
You said that.
That's all right. Hey,
I just want to make sure that didn't come from me.
Can't all be Tyrone Wallace.
No.
Love that guy. I covered him at Bakersfield High School, actually.
All right, here we go.
A long time ago.
Go ahead, Pep.
The Little Rock enroll. Little Rock enroll.
These are just so ridiculous. I gotta say fake.
But some are real.
I know. This is amazing. I'm gonna say fake again.
That one's fake.
Yes.
That one's not real.
All right.
That's phony news. It's fake, phony stuff. Jeff?
All right. One more. I don't know if okay, ready? Did you say? Okay, the Charleston Lowgators.
What?
The Charleston Lowgators.
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 I'm gonna blame Pep if I get this wrong. Just from his reaction alone, he sounded amazed by it. So I'm gonna say fake.
No, that's real.
That's real.
Come on. You gotta give me some help here.
All right, we'll let him off the hook.
All right.
That was enough. Here's the original 8. In case you're just wondering at home, like, oh, where did the G League start? Here's the original 8. The MBDL in 2001. The Asheville Altitude. The Charleston Lowgators. I don't know what a Lowgator is. Sounds kind of swampy or something.
I gotta look that up.
Columbus River Dragons. The Fayetteville Patriots. The Greenville Groove. That's pretty good. Huntsville Flight. Mobile Revelers, and the Roanoke Dazzle, which may be the best of all.
The Roanoke Dazzle. They just disappear, though, just like Roanoke, as we discussed earlier.
We're like, yeah, what happened to Roanoke?
What happened to those guys?
You gotta figure out where all these went. That's the next step.
Some of them morphed and transformed into different franchises that may be living today, and I think some just folded. Yeah. The humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Brian, so what do you do when you're not engulfed in just building this Agua Caliente Clippers of Ontario franchise? What are some of the things that you enjoy on the side?
Yeah. Well, are you talking still work-wise, or are we talking...
Anything goes.
Anything goes. Well, again, I mean, a big thing for us right now, business-wise, is getting out into the community. As much as we can, I hit on a few of those, so I won't get repetitive. But that is really important for us. Finding new partners, doing different ticket plans and group outings. But definitely a big supporter of the local teams. You know, the Quakes, going to rain games, and that's great. Love to get on the golf course. If you guys have any recommendations there. Somewhat new to the area the last 6 months, so we'll take any recommendations. But I've been very encouraged by the feedback and responses we've gotten from the community down here. It's going to be more excited to be the newest sports franchise here and be a part of the community, be able to give back as well.
I say this, and I say this very affectionately and very endearing. This is a great minor league area.
Yeah.
The Inland Empire, between the California League, the American Hockey League, of course, now with the G League. I mean, you were in Stockton, so you understand. There's great areas. Bakersfield's another one of those. A great minor league city, a great minor league area. I think fans, listen, do we like the Dodgers and the Clippers and the Ducks and all the LA teams? Sure. The Rams, sure we do. But we also like the hometown teams right here in our own backyard. Do you feel like there's a connection that people know that they're local?
Yeah, I mean, it's family fun. It's affordable, and I know everyone talks about that. But also, there's experiences you can get with them. Maybe like the experiences, high five tunnel. You can get your basketball team out before the players run on the court before a game. They can high five, and that's something that's gonna last with the kid for his lifetime. We actually had a guy like 2 weeks ago at one of our lunch and learns talk about the days of the San Diego Clippers, and he got to do that as a kid, and he was 8, and now he's in his late 50s.
Oh my gosh!
How he remembers that. So I mean, we're able to do some of those experiences that you're not going to get at Staples, and that's not a knock on the Lakers as bad as they are, but it's the Clippers as well. We just have a little more flexibility. You got the affordability, and you don't have to commute 2 hours and sit in traffic.
Now, if somebody wants to go out and they want to buy season tickets, they want to maybe do they have suites at the Citizens Bank Arena? How would somebody go about contacting you, the organization, and getting season tickets?
I got his cell number. I'll just read it on the air if that works.
Yeah, give us a call, right? Give me a call. You can go through the website, and we have all of our information there for people. Again, I'd recommend reaching out directly to our office line, which is 909-406-9090. But yeah, I mean, it is affordable. I mean, we have stuff anywhere from $300, and that's season tickets for 24 games. Or you can sit courtside. We have our new Chairman's Club, which we're really proud of. That's the row 1 seating with your feet on the wood.
The Jack Nicholas seat, right?
Nicholas seats, yeah, exactly. Okay. And comes with pregame hospitality. We're doing a new thing at the arena with that. So we're really excited about it. And it's a great way to entertain clients, hang out with family and friends. So it's a lot of fun. And it's great, too, because LA gives us those resources. The crew that puts on the LA Clippers games at Staples, they come out and produce our games. So you're getting that Staples Center experience for a fraction of the cost.
I know the strength of some quote unquote minor league franchises really depend on the parent team or the parent league. You guys, since you're directly affiliated with the NBA, I mean, that's the backbone. It's not going anywhere, right? I mean, the G League is stable because you are with the NBA.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really encouraging from our side to see what the G League is doing. The G League, the WNBA, the NBA are so tied together. The resources we get and support. Like player salaries got raised this year. We hired a full-time player development role. All the G League that's mandated now for every team because we're getting more younger players in. I'm not sure this is great from a education standpoint, but there's a top 10 prospect from Pennsylvania committed to Syracuse. Number 8 prospect in high school basketball this year. Instead of going to Syracuse, he backed out and he's coming to the G League. So
does he go in the draft? How does that work?
In the G League draft.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause you got to be removed for a year from high school. So he's the first one to do that. So I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on wherever he goes and that team and how it plays out because CJ Williams talked about him. I mean, he's 26, 27 years old in the league.
Yeah.
And there's guys at that level. I mean, there's a different maturity standpoint too. So, but again, the league is doing a great job investing in these players and what we're able to do with them in market.
Man, I can't believe that guy picked the G League over LeVar Ball's thing or whatever he's got going on.
What is that?
On.
The JBA.
Whatever that is. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the
whatever
Junior
that is.
Varsity Basketball League. But if they want to reach out...
Brian Meadows does not have to touch that.
No.
It's just us being silly.
We like to really give the Ball family as much grief as we possibly can here.
But see, here's the deal, Mr. Meadows. Jeff has 3 sons. So I have a feeling Jeff and his family, the Gorhams,
rivalry?
Could be the Ball family.
Well, see, my sons
could be the Ball.
My sons
can
shoot.
Family.
They can shoot. My 3 sons can shoot. I have a 1-year-old, almost 2. He can shoot. My 5-year-old, he can shoot. My 12-year-old, he can definitely shoot, but he can't guard a soul. So he does play the cello, and he's in the Boy Scouts. So yeah,
well-rounded.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. And my kids are going to go to college, and they're not going to steal anything, and they're going to be really good guys.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, the Ball family. That's right, those guys. But if they want to reach out to you, aguacaliente.gleague.nba.com. Is that correct?
That is, yeah. That's the long form version. If you pin aguacalienteclippers.com, it'll get you there for you.
All right.
Follow us on social media at AC Clippers.
That's what it's the easy way, right?
Okay. Yeah, I follow them on social media. I've been pumping it up that you were coming in the studio today. It's been great having you in. I can't wait to go out and watch these basketball guys. These great college players that are coming to play here in the Inland Empire and some local players, like you said, as well. So very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much. And again, for anyone who wants to come out, check us out. Come on Thursday for the big announcement for the new head coach.
Oh, that's right.
I think people will be excited to see that. So 5 to 8 at our offices, 1947 East Convention Center in Ontario.
When we get off the air, we're going to line up a live interview with the new head coach on this show.
You're darn right we will.
Perfect. I wonder who it's going to be.
It's going to be me.
Are you back in the coaching game?
I am going back in the coaching.
Brian.
I coached for 25 years, and I'm tired of it. I'm getting out of it, but now I'm back in. Just like I accept if you want to hire me as your head coach, I will accept.
You want me to break the news?
Yeah, you can break the news.
It's not breaking news. It's not Jeff.
Dang it!
It's not Jeff.
Dang it!
Sorry.
Okay.
I can't tell you who it is, but I can tell you who it's not.
I'm gonna coach those 5th and 6th graders up, though. We're gonna be really good, and we will play you guys in a scrimmage.
All right. I look forward to
it. Brian, it was great having you in
thanks,
studio.
guys.
It was a lot of fun. Make sure you check out the Agua Caliente Clippers. Again, go online, follow them on Instagram, Twitter. They're very active. You can see all the cool things they're doing out there in the Inland Empire right now as they gear up for another season here in the IE. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we'll talk about that Major League Baseball trade deadline. The Dodgers made some minor moves today, bolstered that lineup. They got Brian Dozier from the Twins. We'll also take a look at those new Laker uniforms. Kind of a harken back to the Showtime days, right? We're going to turn back the clock a little bit.
Magic is making a comeback.
Is he?
No.
Kobe is.
Kobe, that's what they were.
Said. That's what Shaq said.
Well, Kono's believing that Kobe's making a comeback. There's
Nonsense.
no way.
Why is he helping the Celtics out there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's an Oscar winner. He's got to work on his Emmy and his Grammy next.
Oh, get
Come
out
on.
of here.
Yo, he's going to win them. He's going to win them all, buddy.
We'll be back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Okay, so we just had El Presidente, Brian Meadows, from the Agua Caliente Clippers of Ontario. We had Kono in the house. And then as we're wrapping things up and we're giving each other big hugs and whatnot, Kono's like, oh, yeah, by the way, he and I go way back.
Yeah.
What do you mean you go way back? You buried the lead. Hey, you did pull the old Jeff Gorham on us.
It was not 6 degrees of separation. It was like 2 degrees. He was like, yeah, Kono. And we're like, wait, did you say you knew Kono?
Yep, the president knew Kono.
Kono's got a spot. He's going to be the new assistant coach of the Agua Caliente Clippers.
Wait, but how did that work out? So Kono's brother is best friends with his brother? His brother or best friend? Like,
I don't know, but they
in
knew.
Texas. Oh, in Texas.
Yeah, in Oklahoma, it was like a roundabout way. Wowzers. Kono, get on this mic.
We're trying to figure this out.
Yeah, how does this happen? He said, literally, he said when we were leaving, he said Kono, and we all like shot up like prairie dogs.
We were giving each other hugs and pleasantries on the way out, and he's like, "See you around, Kono." Like, you guys go way back.
I actually heard stories of him coming to the Inland Empire before when he was coming from Texas. You guys said he was coming from Texas, and yeah, he is. Well, okay, his best friend, he was the best man. His older brother's my older brother's best friend. So like when I grew up, our best friends, like we went to Little League Baseball, the Manfreds, they were our best friends, right? They moved to Texas. And then their older brother was in high school, didn't want to go to Texas, so he lived with us. So his little brother was best friends with him.
Very
at Oklahoma
convoluted
State.
right now, but none the same.
Trust me, when he walked in and he was like, "Yo, I'm Jeff Manfred's best friend," and I was like, "That was my best friend when I was like 10."
That is
he Jeff Gorham'd you. He one-upped you.
You one-upped me.
Yeah.
So did he hire you in the hallway? Are you the new assistant coach?
No, I wish. But he is the nicest guy.
Oh, yeah. Super nice. He came in dressed really nice. Pep and
Like
we never look like that.
It made me rethink my life a little bit, to be honest.
And you know what, Kono? You really should rethink your life. He's
very successful.
I know. I come in and see you every day. It's not a good look for me.
That's so funny.
Small world, man.
That's really
Who
funny.
would've thunk?
What a good guy. I'm going to go to the tryout. I'm going to check it all out. I'm going to see it. I'm going to be a part of
some game.
It is. You know what? It's really hip to clip.
That's what you say?
It is very hip to clip.
Just don't wear any of your Lakers gear.
No.
Yeah, what if you make the team? Are you going to quit the show?
No, because I can only play a minute a game. Honestly, if I were to show up for a tryout, my heart would explode. I would die. They would be paying my wife forever. They'd be like, "Sorry,
you have life insurance."
I do, but still,
then just go for it.
No, just give it a shot.
Just go for it.
What do you got to lose?
Hey, this
family be rich.
This body hasn't moved in at least a decade. I am the most. I honestly, I am the biggest couch potato in the world. If I ran, I would die in 10 minutes for sure. I think you might too.
No, I'm.
Well, that's right. You're a rower.
I row every night.
Oh, that's right. You are a professional.
I go
rower.
home. I turn on Jerry Seinfeld on Netflix, and I just row all night long in my living room on that little rowing machine.
You do look more fit.
Do I? I look pretty good, don't I?
Yeah. You know what? You used to look like a jockey. Now you're starting to look like.
That didn't look like a jockey.
Yeah, you look like a jockey every time. But when I first met you, Pep, I was thinking in my head, what did Pep used to do? And I always, I think Pep used to be a jockey. I think I saw Pep. In fact, I think I have a program of when I went to Del Mar and Santa Anita. I think Pep Fernandez rode a lot of those horses. I think, and I could be wrong. I think
you might be wrong.
I think you were a part of Bob Baffert's stable of jockeys. Pep, were you ever a jockey?
I was never that little. I was a late bloomer, but I was never that little to be a horse jockey. But they're like 5'2", like 90 pounds.
Aren't you that tall?
Come on.
Oh, no, that's Kono.
I cannot say anything because you're like 11 feet tall. Not fair. Everybody to you is under 5 feet.
I'm not kidding. I really thought you might have been a jockey.
No.
Yeah, but apparently you were a good soccer player.
Really good.
Yeah, so, yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I can admit when a man's wrong. I thought you were a jockey.
I can admit when a man's wrong.
I'm like, man, I remember him. He was so good.
I saw him at Santa Anita.
Oh, man. I remember when he rode Han Solo, and I won $37 because of Pep Fernandez.
I do love the horse names.
Yeah, they're best.
I do love that. Not that I know anything about it.
Hey, I told you, I'm going to take you to a horse race. I told you. What did I tell you?
We were driving back from UC Santa Barbara on a lazy Sunday morning, and you said, if I could go to any sporting event, I think you said if I could do anything.
Yes.
I was like, what would you do? You said,
I want to go to the horse races. That is my favorite.
More than Super Bowl, World Series, World Cup.
You could say, I'll give you front row seats to a Laker game, a Dodger game, an Angel game, Super Bowl, World Series. I would choose hanging out in Del Mar or Santa Anita. There's nothing better, Pep. I take Smetty Smed, and we rent a box, and we sit there all day in the beautiful sun, the surrounding. Down in Del Mar, you're by the beach. Out here in Santa Anita, you're beautiful mountains behind you. There's nothing better. I'm going to take the Fernandez family, and we're all going to go, and we're going to hang out a day at the races. And I'm telling you, you will want to go back every single week. It is that fun.
I haven't been back since I was a jockey. The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, since 1976 to be exact, and that's not by accident. all your sporting gear needs. And, of course, they can do Letterman's jackets for the whole team. KenSportingGoods.com is the website. Check them out. Norco off the 15 freeway. All right, so we talked a little bit about LeBron hinting that he might return to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He barely got to the Lakers, and he's already talking about, well, I won't close the door on a return to Cleveland.
He was a politician at its finest.
Because he was back home in Akron. You know, I mean, he was trying to appease, right, the Ohio basketball fans. Like, well, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll come back someday.
I will say this. I have besmirched the name of LeBron James many times on this show, but now that he's a Laker, I love him. But what I really do like about him is he opened this new school. I think it's the Promise School.
I Promise.
He is not only clothing or giving out uniforms for these students. They're eating healthy. But the thing is, if you graduate from his school, he will pay 100% of your college tuition. That's an incredible story. The school itself looks like it's something out of Harvard or out of the Ivy League. A beautiful school. And I don't think I can ever badmouth LeBron James if he's that philanthropic towards the youth of America.
What about the Lakers uniforms?
They're sweet.
Did you see them today? They publicly released them for the first time, although we kind of saw some bits and pieces here and there.
But they modeled it with Lonzo Ball.
And Kyle Kuzma.
And Kuz?
Yeah, they're the faces of the team.
No, they're not.
Kyle Kuzma and Zoe.
Rondo, Michael Beasley.
Not Beasley. No.
I just like saying the word Beasley.
Why would you not have LeBron in the new uniforms?
LeBron is going to...
Why was he not in the new unis?
Because he probably says, I'm not going to do that. I'll put it on when I want to. I'm hanging out in Akron. I'm hanging out in south of France. I'm hanging out in Vegas. Hey, LeBron can do anything he wants. But I'm sure he'll put on the jersey. If he puts it on, they'll sell 1 million of them. But I do like them. I think they're old school.
They are old school. Kind of the font, the drop shadow. There's a white uniform, there's a gold uniform, and there's a purple uniform. They look very similar to the Showtime Lakers. The only difference that I really saw, because I was really digging through these uniforms a little bit, the purple uniforms have like a big black stripe down the side, like under the armpit. I don't know what that's about, but why they wanted to add like a big black line down the armpit, like down the side of the jersey. But other than that, they look very similar to those Magic Johnson Laker times.
I just hope they're not the small shorts, because we've seen guys wear the small shorts. I saw a few guys last year.
It's happening
in
everywhere.
college. And I talked to a couple of the UC Riverside basketball players during the last couple weeks of camp, and they said that the short shorts are coming back. I'm like, come on. I don't want to see guys in small shorts anymore. I don't want to see it below their knees. I just want to see normal shorts. I'm tired of all the headbands. I saw a guy the other day, Pep, playing basketball, and I have no problem with the dreadlocks, but they were dreadlocks, but there was jewelry in their hair.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that, Greg? There's jewelry in people's hair now. As they were playing basketball, and they were hanging down in front of his face, and he had to keep, like, flinging his hair back. And I was like, what's going on here? And the guy was a great player, but
he had jewelry in his face.
He had jewelry in his hair.
Oh, Russell Westbrook is?
Russell Westbrook. Yeah, the fashion trends are getting out of control. Those NBA guys, the fashion trends. I'm telling you, I want to see men. I don't want to see guys that look like just ding-dongs. I don't want to see ding-dongs on the court. I want to see men, guys wearing like tough guys. I don't feel tough. If Russell Westbrook came up to me with short shorts and as tough as he is and said, hey, I'm going to fight you, I would fight him. But if he wore normal clothing,
you'd be like, this guy might be kind of tough.
I'm not going to mess, but I will mess with anybody that dresses like Russell Westbrook.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Boost Performance Training. Check them out on Instagram and Twitter. They're doing a lot of cool things out there. If you want to be explosive and dynamic, you can really dominate this season. But only if you go to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Ask for Coach Ray Bass by name, because he's the best. BoostTrainingSystems.com. Athletes of all levels, all sports. Everybody is going to Boost Performance Training. All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We have a Dodgers lineup. We're going to take a look at the Dodgers lineup tonight. They're back home against the Brewers. We got an Angels versus Rays score update.
Oh.
And we'll kind of recap a pretty mild last day of the Major League Baseball trade deadline. This is your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Here come My Wife Knows Everything. Center of the track, the wife doesn't know. into the final furlong. My wife knows everything. The wife doesn't know. They're 1-2. Of course they are. My wife knows everything in front. To the outside, the wife doesn't know. My wife knows everything. The wife doesn't know. My wife knows everything. More than the wife doesn't know. Whew. This Tallahassee was third, and Morningside Heights was fourth.
Inland Empire sports fans turn to the Inland Sports Show.
So you talk to
back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Great song. Who sings it?
I wanna
I'll be the
rich. This is a great summer tune. I remember growing up every single year, every summer, there would always be one song that stood out in the summer. This was one of my favorites. Yeah, this is my song.
That's your jam.
Yeah. Rich Jeff is going to come out in the next couple days.
Who sings this?
I don't remember. Callaway.
Callaway.
Callaway was good. He had a couple. He had 2 or 3 hits, but this was I want money, lots and lots of money, diamond rings. I'm right, aren't I? Look at that. I could be on Greg Hollow's podcast. He has never asked me.
Has he never invited you?
He has never invited me.
That's pretty messed
to come
up.
be a part of his podcast because I listen to it all the time. He plays the
that is messed up.
Lots and lots of money.
Pretty
I
messed
want
up.
the pie in the sky. Oh, I want money, lots and lots of money. Greg, how come you've never asked me? Hey, Greg, I'm old school. Every Tuesday, I look forward to the Greg Holla.
He can't afford you, man.
I'll do it for free. I'll show up.
Now you can't say no.
You can't say no. I need to be a part of the beats. Greg Holla and the Holla Machine.
Oh,
man. Could you imagine me? I'm telling you, man. You want to take that to the next level? Yeah. You want to take that podcast to the next level? You bring me in. Because I know all the songs. I couldn't tell you one rap song from today. But anything from the
you know what?
88 below.
If we do a Meek Mill mix,
I'd love to throw you in them. Nope. Free Meek Mill. He's a bad guy. I won't be a part of your show.
Good guy.
Nah, I'm not going to be a part of your show anymore because you're going to put Meek Mill on there.
Free Meek Mill.
But if you put Yacht Rock, Michael Jackson, Prince.
You'll dominate.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. We should do a skit or a bit where we do Name That Tune between Pep and I.
Oh, that's not fun.
Well, sure it is.
You'll destroy me. I don't know any of
I only do things to win, Pep. I don't do things to lose.
Well, I'm going to do something in my wheelhouse.
Well,
let's go have a weed whacking competition in my backyard.
Well, you might be
let's
able
go milk some cows.
I don't touch those things. I'm wealthy. But I do like to touch some cows, though. I'm not lying there.
You eat them.
I do eat them, and I love milk.
You love milk.
I love milking them, too. There's a great feeling of having a what do they call it? Is it a teat?
A teat.
I love putting a teat in my hand. There's nothing better. It's
fresh squeezed. Fresh squeezed, like orange juice.
I'm telling you.
Can I bring a little bad news to the table?
Oh, please don't give me bad news.
Here's the deal.
All right.
So,
oh my God,
I'm going to be gone Thursday and Friday.
Ah, crap!
I'm going to be gone Thursday and Friday, but you are in good hands. Jeff will be here with the whole gang, and Mike Lindskog.
Skoggy Skog!
The voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. But here's the kicker, and I feel really bad about this.
You're a jerk.
Not about that part.
Oh, okay.
I don't mind leaving you.
All right.
Here's what I feel bad. Here's why I feel bad.
Why?
Because Lindskog's going to be here with you in the Inland Sports Show studio on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So Andrew Chapman will be holding down the fort at Lone Mart Field.
Yeah.
I just saw on Twitter Thursday night, Hyunjin Ryu is starting for the Quakes. So Lindskog is either going to be late to the party or maybe he doesn't show up. I don't know how they're going to work that out. But we've got a big-time Dodger on the mound for the Quakes Thursday night, and Lindskog will be stuck with you.
What do you mean stuck with me? He's the only guy.
Privileged to be with you?
No, he's crazier than I am. We both know that.
Yeah, he is pretty crazy.
Yeah, people don't understand that when they listen to those Quake games.
Do you know this song?
No.
Who sings this one?
No, this is country. Wait.
Hank Williams? Is it the original Hank? No. The original. Is it the original Hank?
Yep.
Where is it?
See,
right.
You could get me with all the country
Oh, I
tunes,
dominate.
but I would get you with
up.
Hey, 80s R&B, man. I'm telling you, I'd whoop your butt. 10-1 Tampa Bay, bottom 4. Oh, they've given up. They've
the Halos are already down. What was it? 10-1.
10-1
against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Where's Ian Kinsler when you need him? He was traded. He was traded to the Red Sox.
They've given up 7 in the 4th, Pep. 7.
Oh, boy.
I'm depressed.
All right. Dodgers, they made a trade. They got Brian Dozier. Pretty good power hitter from the Minnesota Twins. Second baseman.
The pitcher, too. I told you, keep forgetting that pitcher.
Axford.
Yes. Why do you keep besmirching him?
He's a reliever. I mean,
it doesn't matter.
You know.
Yeah. He was a Brewers.
Yes,
he was.
He was the closer for the Brewers.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
no
man.
reliever love. I apologize.
I thought you were a Dodger fan.
Didn't know you guys love the bullpen so much.
Name this one. Don't look. I just look.
No, I didn't look.
Who's singing? Okay, there's two singers in this.
I got to hear the voice first. It's unfair if I don't hear
Color
the voice.
You Peach in Black.
Huh?
Color You Peach in Black?
Is that the name of the song?
No, dummy. No.
Wait, what are you talking about?
No. Okay, listen. The World Series of Love. Got that. Look. Come on. Sheena Easton and Prince. Am I correct? Pretty girl looks so tough. Baby.
You should be on the podcast.
I'm telling you. Greg, get me on the podcast.
I'm offended for you.
All
Greg
right.
Hall has not invited you.
Oh, man, I am
holding out on you.
I love this. Go ahead.
Halos are down big.
I know.
The Dodgers getting set to take on the Milwaukee Brewers again at the Ravine. You want the Dodgers lineup? It's my favorite part of the show.
Go ahead.
Today was actually having the president in studio. That was a lot of fun.
He's a good guy. He's good hair.
I was going to cut it for him. He said no.
No.
Sad.
You could use your Flowbee on it.
Here's your lineup. Steve Madrill, the skipper at King, gave us his dream Dodgers lineup earlier in the show. But here's the real live lineup for the Dodgers tonight against the Brewers. Leading off and playing short, Chris Taylor. Hitting second at third base, the man, the myth, the legend, Manny Machado. In left field, batting third, the all-star Matt Kemp. The cleanup man, and holding down first base, your boy Max Muncy.
Chuck.
Hitting fifth and playing second base, because they do have Brian Dozier, and I do believe he's going to be in a uniform tonight, but he's not going to play.
He is a bull.
It's going to be Kike Hernandez.
Did you know he's a bull?
Dozier.
There you
Bull,
go.
Dozier.
There you go.
I like to say Dozier.
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 There you go.
Hitting sixth in center field, Cody Bellinger. In right field, Yasiel Puig. Behind the plate, he's our favorite player, the pride of Riverside Poly, Austin Barnes. Hung out with Steve Madrill last night. And on the mound, Walker Buehler. That's your lineup tonight against Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
All right, so that's your Dodgers lineup again. Brian Dozier coming over in a trade with the Twins. Who the Dodgers lose? I don't want to say no one of significance because we're talking about real human beings here. But they did not give up any of the top prospects and none of the big major league guys. They did have to ship off Logan Forsythe, which not a lot. You guys, have you searched his name on Twitter? He gets buried. He gets destroyed. Completely unfair, but he gets destroyed on social media.
He makes $6+ million.
Yeah, he's doing okay for himself.
Yeah, I don't care. You can talk. You know what? You can say anything you want about me, but if I'm making $6 million,
anything goes.
I don't care. You could talk bad about my children or my wife. I wouldn't care.
But you're rich.
Yeah,
you're rich, Jeff.
Talk about Smetty Smedberg all you like.
All right, when we come back, the Quakes are back in action tonight, taking on Lake Elsinore. We'll get you all set for Quakes baseball here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Hey, what's up, ladies? So, you're from around these parts, eh? Yeah, I'm from Saskatchewan.
How you guys doing? Coach Bass here. We're back at the BPC continuing our training series on developing power for off-season football players. So today we're going to work on a dumbbell alternating bench press, and it's all going to be about power. So Ian, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and lie back on the bench. I love programming this drill here for linemen, really for all athletes, but especially for linemen, D-linemen, because they're always grappling, they're always striking. You want to be nice and strong and powerful. So what he's going to do, he's going to alternate. He's going to go down 2 seconds. He's going to pause 1. He's going to go up 1. Let's hit it. Good, going really fast on the way up. So again, working on 3 different aspects of strength here. We got that slow eccentric coming down, right? We got that isometric pause there, and then we got that fast contraction coming up, that fast concentric. So like I said, we're working on 3 different aspects of strength. This is a great drill to maximize power, and we do it right here at Boost. Grind hard, stay solid. How you guys doing? Coach Bass here. I want to talk a little bit about today's training tip. We showed you guys the dumbbell alternating speed press. All right, and we talked about was a 2-1x tempo. I want to show you guys how we progress this exercise and continue to maximize power. So with that 2-1x tempo, we go down 2 seconds, we pause for 1, and we go up fast. So what we'll do is over time, we'll progress those tempos. So we'll go from a 2-1x to a 1-1x tempo. We go down 1 second, pause for 1, and we get that fast concentric contraction. And then finally we'll go to a X1X tempo where we go down fast to isometric pause and then fast up. So really what we're doing is we're just developing speed, developing power through different muscle contractions. That's how we progress our drills right here at Boost.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
No, sir! Are you allowed to eat jelly donuts, Private Pius? Sir, no, sir!
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
The Quakes are back on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM tonight, taking on Lake Elsinore. Mike Skoggy Skog and old Chappie. They're going to have the call for you tonight. They had a night off. Greg Holla had the night off. Everybody had the night off.
I didn't.
What'd you do?
I had to go home and work.
You didn't work.
Yeah, I worked. I was cleaning. I was vacuuming. We have a big party Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, huge party.
Huge.
Yeah, Luke turns 2. And you know those Smetty Smet, she's making cakes right now. No joke.
You're not going to wait for the Super Bowl?
No. She spends like all of her money on these goofy parties, which I hate to do. I just do.
Wait, do you have an official invitation?
Yeah.
Can we bring one into the studio?
Yeah, it's Toodles.
Oh, I know Toodles.
Because he's
Oh, Toodles!
Yeah, it says, oh, Toodles.
Keep talking.
He says, oh, Toodles, Luke is turning 2. And that is, that's, I didn't get to choose that.
Do you get to invite your friends or no?
No, I'm not inviting my friends. I don't want you guys coming over and laughing at me. It's like, even my wife goes, hey, you guys going to bring invitations for Greg and Pep and Kono? And I'm like, no. No, I would invite you guys over, but then you would have to like swim in my pool, and then I'd have to disinfect it. Oh. Yeah,
I don't swim. I don't swim.
You don't swim?
No.
What do you mean? I don't swim either. I just float around. Greg, you and I can float around and have a great time. Are you fine? Did you find some, Pep?
Let's try this out. Oh,
see.
Toodles!
Somebody say, oh, Toodles! Oh, Toodles!
Yeah, that's my house.
Oh, these are all like an Oh Toodles remix.
You know, I got a story with that. My nephew used to always say that, and I thought he was not saying "oh noodles." I'm like, why is the noodles? But then my sister told me what it was. I'm like, why is he saying that?
Oh noodles. Hey, you're more than welcome to come over, Greg. We sit in my hot tub. It'll be 115, but that's okay. I'll have good food. I'm gonna have hot dogs and hamburgers. Oh, Toodles.
It's just over and over all the different Mickey Mouse Clubhouse episodes. Oh, Toodle!
Oh, yeah, that's my life in a nutshell.
Oh, if you're a parent, you get it.
Yeah, but you're going to be up north. You're going to be hanging out.
I'll be gone.
With the Sasquatches?
Yeah, well I hope so. You can always dream.
And then Kono, I wouldn't invite you. But, I mean, but Greg, I would invite you. Kono, no, because you're just like the same age as my wife. And you're kind of cute.
Whose fault is that?
It's yours. You shouldn't be that young and that attractive. I cannot bring you into my house.
But I'm mature.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're a mature 5'2" guy.
He's a jockey.
Yeah, no, you're
you
a
call
jockey.
Everyone a jockey.
No, just you and Kono. Greg and I are like pros, studs. You guys, little guys. All right.
The Endless Sports Show is brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. At Catalano Motors, if you mention the Inland Sports Show, you get $500 off your purchase. You can't beat it. You're going to save so much money, you're not going to believe it. But only if you go to Catalano Motors in Corona. Visit them online, CatalanoCars.com. Quakes baseball coming up. They got the Storm in town. 7:05 first pitch. Pregame right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM at 6:50 p.m. As for us, we're going to have Jim Alexander from the PE on tomorrow.
Oh, the Scribe of Riverside.
The Scribe is. We're going to dive deep on the Dodgers tomorrow on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Bye.